Can you do the intro in a British accent?
Probably, but I'm not going to.
And I'm not talking your high-pitched British accent. I'm talking your low-pitch. Like, go as low as you can.
Hello, welcome to Arsenal X.
There you go. Now you're talking.
The Xbox podcast.
That's what I'm talking about. Love.
All right. Here.
Here's a real high-class bout. It's on.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Arsenal X, the Xbox podcast here on the Boss Rush Network. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Deering, and joining me on a two-man show this week, the first show of 2022, is none other than the joy of the EXP cast, Stoy.
Hello.
Hi,
Can I be the wise Wisconsinite this week?
You can. Well,
Yes.
Can
Finally.
Can you?
I'm trying to get that from Jesse like this whole... Well, I mean, where is the wise Wisconsinite today?
Look, Jesse,
He's not here. He's not there.
Jesse has a
So
stomach.
I am now the...
Look,
I am the wise Wisconsinite.
Jesse has a
You hear me,
stomach
Corey?
ache. He's probably
I know.
just pooping everywhere. You know, he's
So,
just
that's okay.
pooping everywhere. You know,
It's okay.
It's fine.
But you know what, Corey?
What?
Today, I am the wise Wisconsinite.
The wise Wisconsinite.
I am the wise Wisconsinite.
We're gonna.
And you know what? When Jesse comes back next week, he can be the wise Wisconsinite. Give me this, Corey, please.
Okay, the wise Wisconsinite.
Thank you.
Stoy.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
I didn't want to make that awkward at all, but
No, not awkward at all. You got real close to the camera. And just,
yeah. I got a new microphone actually.
I see that. It's
Yeah.
looks.
I mean, it's just a microphone, but
What happened to the other one?
well, we upgraded. So on EXP Cast, we used the Patreon money that we raised to upgrade our equipment. We usually do that all the time. Like I think like a year and a half ago, we used the Patreon money to buy a new mixing board, and this time around, we got these Shure microphones, SHUR. They're SM58s. They're like the gold standard for like musicians and stuff and lead singers.
Mm-hmm.
And,
EXP
it's
Cast
actually-
starting a band now. You guys starting a band?
Yeah.
A rock
yeah.
band, you would say.
Dude, we sing too much on our episodes. It's kind of it's the way it is.
Hey, it's
But-
okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Everybody likes a good tune once in a while. We should sing more.
especially-
We should sing more on this show.
What should we sing?
I don't know. We were talking about living La Vida Loca before we started
I was-
recording.
that's right.
So
Okay, I'm gonna have to refresh myself on the lyrics.
living
But,
La Vida Loca.
She'll push and pull you down, living La Vida Loca.
You sound just like Ricky Martin.
I know. A lot of people have said that in the past.
You kind of look
That
like
I
him
look
too.
that I look and sound like Ricky Martin. Yeah.
Yeah.
It-
Basically,
and it's so frustrating trying to go grocery shopping and just like people come up to me for autographs and I'm like, I'm not Ricky Martin.
Not even Spanish.
No.
No.
Although actually, when I was in high school, a lot of people thought I was Hispanic, so I got called Stohan Hovic a lot because they thought the J was like a h sound. So like people would speak to me in like Spanish a lot, and I'm like, I no habla español. So
That's fair. Speaking of though, I like your N7 mug and your
oh yeah,
and your Nightwing shirt.
and my Mass Effect poster that I found cleaning the basement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know I had this. Like I was like, for those watching on the video, I'm pointing to a Mass Effect poster right now. I got this when I got the Legendary Edition last year, and I think I just like stuffed it in my basement. So then I cleaned up the basement and found it, and yeah,
Here we are.
here we are.
Yes.
So enough about me. How about you?
I'm good. I don't know. It was a weird week because I had the week off from work because of the holidays, you might say. You know, that
Right.
fancy one with the trees and the gifts and the ornaments and the families. That one. Yeah.
I've heard of that one.
Yeah. Christmas, they say. It's called.
Yeah, or winter solstice, however you want to call it.
It was good. It was okay. It was a lot of good stuff, a lot of good pickups. Get right here on the floor.
Oh yeah. Got the OG Xbox box, and
yeah, I did.
There's a 360 box. I saw that.
Yeah.
I forgot how much of a monster like the OG Xbox is.
Yeah, dude. So what happened was like when the boxes got here, like they both got here at the same time, and like the big box was the original Xbox. I'm like, holy crap, this thing is like huge, and then the other box was so small. I'm like, there's no way there's an Xbox 360 in here. No, there's an Xbox 360 in there. This was also before like they formed the box to the size of the box, and they just like made this huge box to take up space. Take up space. But yeah, man, dude, the original Xbox is a beast. It's just a beast of a box.
Yeah, I mean, it's just heavy too. Like the thing was a half-ton brick.
Yeah, it's like 8 or 9 pounds.
Yeah,
which is like on par with the Series X.
Yeah, I don't know if you could see. I got the fridge right there.
Yeah. How about that? How about that fridge?
It's got buttons on it. Like it has all the, the button to sync the controller, and
did you sync your controller? Did you sync your controller to it?
I tried. I don't think it works that way.
Oh.
But there's a USB charging port in front of it, and it actually works. Like you can actually charge your device hooked up to your fridge, man. What a world, what a time we live in, man.
What a time we live in.
Like, I'm going to just charge my phone on this fridge. Jesus.
Neat.
But yeah, the top of it actually glows green. And the front of it, it's got the Xbox Power light.
Yeah.
And that could be controlled by the 2 buttons on the front of it. I mean, and it fits like 12 cans of whatever beverage of your choice, so it's pretty neat.
Cool. Like if you need a beverage right now, you could just reach over and grab one. And
that may happen. That may happen at a later date, at a later time in this podcast. I may reach over and grab myself a ice cold Hams, but we'll see.
Hey, that's cool though. I'm jealous actually. I have to drink room temperature beverages under my desk, so
yeah,
it's okay though. I don't mind.
No, it's fine. I'm drinking tea right now. So
tea.
Did you get snow? Did you get snow by you guys?
No, it's coming though. It was snowing a little bit, but not enough to stick this morning. But we're supposed to get a lot of snow tomorrow and throughout the week. So it's the cold usually skips December here now. It used to be real bad in December, and then it just decided to skip December, and January and February are now the bad months here. So.
Yeah, I feel you like that too. Like December, we got we didn't even get like a dusting of snow.
Yeah, I think it snowed. I think there was visible snow like one day. So.
Yeah, whatever.
Man.
Less opportunities for me to have to go out there and shovel. I guess
that's fair. Yeah. I do get frost on my window every day though. It's kind of annoying, It's just like there's so much technology in the world. You would think that they can make windshields that don't frost over.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean,
I guess they probably
do. They make bathroom floors heated. Yeah, I would imagine they would.
I mean, I guess if you have one of those fancy cars that you can start from your living room by pressing a button, right? Like, I mean,
yeah,
that's probably one way to solve that problem. But
I was gonna say I had a remote start on my vehicle for a little bit, so
yeah. Well, it's cool though. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's all fine. Thank you.
You know what? 3 months left of winter.
Yeah, 3 months left of winter.
3 months left. Then we can go back to spring weather, spring jackets, motorcycle riding again, and yeah.
Ooh, fancy. Sunglasses.
Yep. Sleeveless shirts.
Ooh. LeBron wears those year round though.
Yeah, I know. He's weird. Well, he lives in Virginia. Do they even have a winter?
I don't know. I think he just sits inside all day and works out and,
Well, he has a whole setup. Like his command center is like, man, he's got like 5 monitors and like two PC towers. Like
I know.
It's almost like Jesse's setup. What was it last week when like Jesse Jesse had the wrong microphone on, or all you could hear is his computer fan.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus.
Yeah. It was funny. We did a podcast with Laurent last week, and he had just moved and didn't have anything set up. So he was slumming it with a headset mic.
Oh, God. How terrible.
We were poking fun at him. It was fun.
Yeah.
Scrub.
God. How terrible.
Well, Stoy, what do you say we talk about some Xbox?
That's what I came here for.
Yeah. Friendly reminder, if this is your first time here, welcome. This is Arsenal X, our Xbox podcast here on the Boss Rush Network. You can find us every Tuesday morning, as well as our other shows throughout the week on bossrush.net or on our YouTube channel or podcast services everywhere. If you like the show, leave us a nice review. You can always ask questions by emailing us at arsenalx@gmail.com or tweeting at us at Boss Rush Network at the hashtag AX. New hashtag, guys. AX. Just AX. So, also, leave us a 5-star rating on iTunes or Spotify. That would really help with discoverability. Really appreciate that. We're going to jump into kind of what we've been playing in our weekly pickups, although we kind of talked about our pickups already. Story, we played some Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City.
I want you to tell me about that. I want you to tell me what you thought of it.
Dude, it was awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. It's kind of like mindless fun. Like it's I don't know, you know.
It was like it's basically Gears of War set in the Resident Evil universe.
Yeah,
basically.
Well, it's made by one of the old developers of SOCOM.
Yeah.
So you have those kind of like.
That's
really
what that movement felt like.
Yeah.
That movement felt like it's lifted straight out of SOCOM. I knew that. I knew that movement from somewhere, and I couldn't pinpoint it.
Yeah, I think it wasn't Zipper Interactive. It was Slant 6.
Yeah.
So they I forget. They didn't do Confrontation. They did. I forget which ones they did, but yeah, I mean, very very reminiscent to SOCOM. So I imagine Capcom came forward to them and like, hey, we want you to make like a SOCOM style Resident Evil game, and I think they really nailed it. I think they did a good job. Like, yeah, you know, you could unlock different weapons with currency and like points or XP that you kind of pull from the game, and you know, between each mission, you know, you could set up with your, you know, what weapons and items you go with. So and there's plenty of characters to choose from with special abilities. It's really cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. I really liked how the guns felt. I really liked how moving felt. It felt really good to play, and you know, it was cool. The environments were cool. A lot of cool places to like kind of hide and kind of flank your enemies. And it was cool. It was really cool. It was a good mix of zombies and military kind of, you know, military guys that you could fight against sometimes at the same time. It was cool.
Yeah.
I want to play more.
That's honestly what I wish. I was going to say, if you want to pop up this week again, we can.
Yeah.
I kind of wish they continued with that. I know it wasn't received very well because it wasn't Resident Evil, but that was the point.
Yeah.
Well, because there's an ending where you can completely alter the ending to, and I'm not going to spoil it, but you could have a non-canon ending in the game. Like you could completely alter everything about it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. I mean, that's cool though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that was really fun. What else did you play this past week?
Well, I picked up Guardians of the Galaxy some more. So I kind of had to I got to buckle down and get that done. I beat Dragon Age 2 and I just segued right into Dragon Age Inquisition. But Dragon Age 2 is good. Here's the thing now. I learned this. If you want to transfer your Dragon Age 2 file to Dragon Age Inquisition, but if you go from Xbox 360 to Xbox One, your file does not necessarily transfer over just on the Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
So like you start the game up and you get this option to, hey, do you want to carry over your world state? That's what they call it, from Dragon Age 2 to Dragon Age Inquisition. So a lot of the decisions that you make can kind of carry over to what the world is like in Inquisition.
Right.
And it didn't do that. in Inquisition. So what I had to do, I had to Google this. What I had to do is I had to go to DragonAgeKeep.com, and you could like create your own world state. So like basically like you can kind of step by step go through all the major decisions in Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2, and make those decisions over again. My character model, the character that I built, the physical model, like carried over, but all my decisions did not.
Oh.
But I mean, it worked from Dragon Age Origins to 2, but it didn't. It's not working from 2 to Inquisition, so I had to go back, redo all of it, import the save file, and then go back to Inquisition, and then upload the save file. Man, it was just I probably did more than what I should have.
Yeah.
I should have just said whatever, just play the game. But I really wanted my data to transfer over. So
yeah, you put in the work. I'm
I
proud
did.
of you. You
really did.
You want the full experience. You did the work to get that full experience.
Yeah, I don't think I ever did a full playthrough. I mean, I've done multiple playthroughs of Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 back to back. I don't think I've ever done Origins 2 and then Inquisition. I don't think I've ever done that. I've gone back to play 2 multiple times, Inquisition multiple times, but just singularly. But yeah. So
cool.
Otherwise, did I talk about Chorus last time?
You did a little bit, but I want to hear more about it because I'm interested.
I think I talked about how one of the things I've never liked about like aircraft combat games is the thing where if like an enemy gets on your back, they're pretty much staying there, and you're flying around in circles trying to get rid of them, and it's just, I don't know, maybe I'm just not good at like space combat or flight simulator combat games. But like I always find that it's a struggle. Like it's just like, man, they're on my back and I can't shake them, so I have to do these crazy batshit maneuvers to try to get them off me and whatever. So in Chorus, this is an open world game where you can unlock new abilities for your ship to do. One of them is a drift mechanic. And so what you could do is if an enemy's on your back, you can literally drift 180 degrees, backpedal, fly backwards, and then just like, it's so cool.
Wow.
So cool. And so, I mean, it's awesome. Like it's awesome that you can kind of do these particular flight maneuvers. I think there's like, I haven't played it in a week, but I know there was like one more ability that I unlocked with my ship that, some other crazy ability that I could do, but it makes the game so much more fun. Like it takes I think I talked about it on the Discord because someone asked about it, and I said it's like basically they took, it's like space combat but added Need for Speed like elements to it, because there's so many different like cool tricks and like drifting mechanics that you could do to kind of have some fun with this game. So it's really cool, and the story is really good. Like it's got more of a story than I thought it would.
Cool.
And really good characters that you encounter. So
cool.
Like even your ship is a character.
Ooh.
Yeah, like he's got
a character, like it has its own like AI voice and stuff.
Yes.
Or? Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And he's not happy with you.
Yeah.
He's because like the storyline is like you're part of this like world destroying army, but then you have a crisis of faith. So then you leave the world destroying army. You go park your ship somewhere, and you tell the ship like, "Hey man, I'm gonna be right back. Okay, you ain't gonna be here forever. I'm gonna be right back." And I think that "be right back" turns into a couple years. So then this world invading army comes to your colony, and you're like, "Shit, I need my ship." So you go to unlock your ship, and he wakes up, and he's like, "Man, what the hell? You told me you were coming right back, and like now you show up." Like he needed a New York accent. He's like, "Where were you this whole time? Hey, you left me here. You told me you was gonna be right back, and now 2 years later." So yeah, he's not happy with you, but eventually you kind of get back to what you and your ship were always really good at least before. So
nice.
But yeah, really good story so far. And Corey, I'll have you know, I started playing Psychonauts 2 today.
Ooh, having fun with it? You like it?
Yeah, it's actually really good. I think my only gripe is that the movement is very slow.
Yeah.
But I mean that's
Well,
that's hardly a gripe.
Did you get the ball? The ball yet?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I ended up using that because it's so much faster. Like I just use it all the time.
I suppose I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I only got through. I only got through the first area, the dental room area.
Yeah.
So I can understand people getting triggered by like if you don't like the dentist, stay away from this game.
Yeah. The casino level's pretty cool too, which is I think is the next area you're going to be in.
Very cool.
Well, you'll be at Psychonauts headquarters first, and then you'll move into the casino area.
Yeah, I literally just got to Psychonauts headquarters. That's where I left off.
Yeah, there's some cool.
Or I had to come and record a podcast.
Sorry,
it's okay. It's fine. I'm doing my job, playing Xbox games.
That's fair.
Especially this one because I feel like we've talked about it. So many people have talked about it on so many levels, and like,
yeah,
I'm like, I really got to get on this. So
yeah, it's got a lot of cool story building moments in the headquarters. So look around and talk to everybody. That's my suggestion.
That's cool. Yeah, I like to do that actually. Even like when you're playing Guardians of the Galaxy, and then there was that area where you go to nowhere.
Yeah.
And you just kind of walk around, and it's a really cool area that you can just kind of walk around and take in the sights and take in like what people are talking about and whatever. Like I really like doing stuff like that because like I feel like so many developers work so hard on these segments, you know, and you want them to know it's appreciated, so you want to experience all those little things, and I imagine so many people are just like screw it. I just want to kind of get through it and kind of move on. But it's like, man, I want to walk around and really appreciate things. So,
yeah. Cool. Yeah, Psychonauts 2 is good. If you have Game Pass, you should check it out if you like platformers.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually, the controls are really tight. The storyline's really good. The acting, the dialogue, it's all really good.
Yeah. Also, it does a really nice job catching you up if you either didn't play Psychonauts 1 or just kind of forgot because it came out 20 years ago. So
yeah, pretty much. Yeah. No, yeah, it was the whole intro scene like before you even start the game kind of gives you a good recap of what happened.
Yeah. Or if you're a purist, Psychonauts 1 is on Game Pass also. So you can play them both. They're not long games, so you can play them both.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Stoy, I guess I'll jump into what I've been playing.
Yeah.
So, a game I really liked at launch on Series X was Gears Tactics, and I played it for like a week, and I never went back. I loved it, and I was like, you know what? I've got a huge list of games that I haven't finished, so why don't I play some Gears Tactics? And guess what, Stoy? That game is really good.
Yeah.
It's really good. Splash Damage did a great job of kind of taking that XCOM formula and really putting Gears into it. It's like
that's what I was going to ask, if it was like XCOM / like does it have like have you played Wasteland? Is that 3, the new one?
I haven't played Wasteland 3 yet.
That one has a lot of really good story beat elements.
Yeah.
Is it kind of similar
story-wise?
There's
a lot of good story here. I mean, it's basically XCOM with a gear skin on it. There's even the Overwatch ability is called Overwatch, right? They like literally use the same terminology and everything from XCOM.
Okay.
The customization is really cool. You can customize your armor, like the material your armor's made out of, like paint color. Certain armors have certain abilities, so you can like mix and match. It's really cool, and like all the weapons are super customizable to the point where I'm like, why haven't they introduced this into Gears proper?
Yeah,
like you can add like extended mags to your lancers. You can add, bigger kind of like to the Gnasher. You can have like a sturdier handle, so you can have a like less, doesn't, you know what I mean?
I know
I
what
can't
you mean.
I can't think right now. It's really cool, and like they reward you for being aggressive as long as you're smart about it. Like if you have your ability points, which is kind of like the points you have to spend during your move.
Mhm.
If you perform an execution, they give you an ability point back. So like if you're kind of aggressive, they reward you by giving you an extra turn, but also you want to make sure you're kind of being tactical because you're gonna lose characters. It's just gonna happen. I have a whole set of characters that I'm using to just be, hey, you're gonna die this mission. I'm planning on you dying this mission. So good luck. If you don't die, it's just a bonus.
Right.
Plus,
I like that. I don't like it when games kind of take away special abilities. Like it's almost like it almost hurts you or harmful to you. Like
Yeah.
I really feel like they should be rewarding you for those, or not rewarding you, but you know what I'm saying.
yeah, I know.
They should be encouraging you.
Yeah. It's cool. I really like it. I hope people have checked it out. I know a lot of people saying there weren't any games that launched for the Xbox Series X, which I guess is kind of true since Halo was supposed to be there and this was supposed to be like the 1-2 punch for it. But
Yeah.
it's still like it's really worth playing, and it was $5 digitally at one point this past month. So, I mean, plus it's on Game Pass if you have Game Pass. Blah blah. I feel like at this point, if you don't have Game Pass and you have an Xbox, it's like, what are you doing with yourself? You know?
I know, I'm kidding. Like, do you just like
I mean, unless
not like save? Like, I mean, because it's a money saver. Like, it really is. Like,
yeah, I mean, unless you're
$15 a month with for the top tier,
yeah,
you know, subscription service, and if you play multiple games a month, you know,
yeah. I mean, unless you're like the GTA, Madden, Call of Duty gamer, like the generic gamer guy that just does that, like, unless you're that guy, and if you don't have Game Pass, it's just like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Like, there's so many great games on there.
Yeah, that they roll out almost weekly.
Yeah.
You know, if not every other week at least.
Yeah.
Speaking of Game Pass, have you ever had the pleasure of, and this is a weird detraction, have you ever had the pleasure of playing Aliens Fireteam Elite with David Lasby?
No, I keep meaning to, and I have not done it yet.
Let me tell you, that man lives and breathes this game.
Does he?
Oh yeah, like he is a tactician with a capital T. Like we played the first mission, and because I played it, I got through a lot of it on my PlayStation, but once it came out to Game Pass, I ended up picking it up. But that guy, he's like, guys, we're gonna play it on the hardcore level, okay, and I'm going to walk you through the entirety of what we should be doing, when we should be doing it, how we should be doing it, and where we should be doing it. So when we go down this hallway here, okay, the enemies are going to spawn right over here, so that means we got to place two turrets here, one on this side of the hallway, one up to the ceiling there, okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to hide around this corner here, and we're going to funnel them in. The ones that get through the turret guns are going to get through to us. And Jesse, you're going to stand over there. And Stoy, I want you to stand behind this box here, and I'm going to be just ducking right in the middle. And we're just going to keep picking them off. And then, okay, Jesse, you need to stop moving from that box over there. Jesse, get back over here. I've already marked it on your HUD right there. Okay, all right, so go over here, stand over here, and we're going to get back in here. And Jesse's like, oh, I was just kind of looking around to see, like, Jesse, get back into the hallway here. I was like, holy cow, what's going on? But you know what? I had a hell of a lot of fun playing with him. You know, it was kind of nice to have someone kind of hold my hand a bit. Because at the end of the mission, he's like, okay, so what'd you guys think of that experience? What are your thoughts? What do you like? And I was like, hey, man, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I forgot I wanted to talk about that experience earlier when I was talking about my games, but so I'm sorry I interrupted.
No, that's cool. I've been meaning to play with him, and every time he puts a thing out on Twitter, and I like, since we've been trying to use Discord more, I haven't really been checking my Twitter as much, unless like I'm trying to shift my use of Twitter from just tweeting random things or checking messages and stuff to like using it as more of like a promotional tool for us and like work related stuff. So
right.
I've been trying to not be as active on Twitter, really, just because I think that's healthier, just based on the way that Twitter works. So,
man, social media is such a cancer.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I should check. I wish there was just like an app that allowed you to check your DMs and that was it.
Like if it all got funneled to one app.
Yeah.
Like if you were able to, there's got to be something like that somewhere.
Yeah.
Where like it funnels all your Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook messages all into one app.
Yeah. If you
God,
just
that would be so nice.
if you like log into all of your social media apps right into one app and it was just like a message hub. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That'd be so nice.
It really would. It really would.
Man, that's a good business idea. If it doesn't exist already, we should do that. We should do it. Do you know how to
Yeah.
program apps?
No.
No, neither do
But
I.
you know what? We'll figure it out. Anybody can do it, right?
Yeah.
You see those TV commercials of like learn to code in like 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Like those aren't scams.
Yeah. No scam at all.
Those are real schools.
Real schools. So I also played Halo Infinite, more multiplayer. Played more Destiny 2. We did the dungeon last night, which was we did it again because you can grind it out and trying to get all that armor before this stuff goes away, which they haven't really been clear on when this 30th anniversary event is going away. Some people are saying it's going to go away in February. Other people are saying it's going to stick around until like
30th anniversary
for Bungie. The Bungie. It's
for Bungie. Okay,
yeah,
I was going to say what?
Yeah, it's the Bungie 30th anniversary event in Destiny. But I've got all the weapons except for the Halo 1 pistol. So, and mostly because I haven't even tried to do the quest yet. Like, I mean, I should do it. It's not long. I just have been playing other games and I just have been distracted. But I have the Halo 2 battle rifle. I have the whatever the Covenant. It's not the carbine. It's like a trace rifle. So I have that. I have the marathon shotgun, which is it's like a sniper rifle, dude. That thing is ridiculous.
Yeah.
There's also a perk on the Halo weapons, most of them called perpetual motion, which every time you hit an enemy, your agility increases, so you just become faster.
Okay.
And as it stacks, every time you kill someone, your damage increases up to like 3 times, I think. So you could do like triple the damage and move at like 3 times the speed.
Oh my God.
It's stupid. Dude, the perks on these weapons are stupid. These things are going to get nerfed into the ground so hard when February rolls around, when the new expansion comes out. Because like I'm running around with the marathon shotgun, just like I'm running past guys, I'm shooting them from like 30 feet away, first of all. And then I'm just running past their corpses onto the next guy.
What do you feel about like nerfing weapons? Like, I mean, obviously you hear that phrase kind of go on with any major multiplayer game.
Yeah.
You know, Call of Duty and Rainbow Six needed to nerf its shotguns. I remember when Siege first came out, because their shotguns were ridiculously accurate.
Well, it's weird because like in games where the weapons are definite, like Call of Duty and Halo and stuff, where like those weapons are like, you know, they don't change, right? The battle rifle in Halo is the battle rifle, or like, you know, the AK-47 in Call of Duty is the AK-47, right? Yep. But when you go to Destiny, there's so many guns. There's thousands of guns in Destiny, and they can all roll with random perks.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you got to find the right guns with the right perks in the right kind of family class of those weapons, because like each assault rifle has like 4 like archetypes, I guess you would say, where like there's the slow shooting powerful assault rifles, then there's like the mid shot mid range assault rifles, and then there's like the fast shooting kind of low damage, but if you hit with the bullets, like all of them, they're going to go down faster because you're shooting faster. And then you got to balance the archetypes against the other archetypes, against the like all the different classes of weapons, and then you got to take into accountability the legendary versus the exotic weapons. And it's just like, God, I don't even know.
This is a lot.
Yeah, it hurts my brain thinking about it. And I host a Destiny show, so
right.
But that's why Josh hosts it with me, because you know. Josh gets it. I'm there to be like, next story.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Coming up next.
So yeah. Anyways, what did we get? Oh, we did there's like these audio logs in the dungeon. There's 10 of them, and if you get all of them, you get a cool ornament for Galahorn, which is the rocket launcher that's like amazing. So we ended up getting the ornament for that weapon. It just makes the weapon look different. So that was fun.
Cool.
I played something else today too, but I don't remember. I made it a goal of mine to play. So I made it a goal of mine to play more games, more different types of games than I'm used to this year. So I downloaded a bunch that probably after we record tonight, I'm going to play some of them. But I haven't played Tell Me Why yet. I haven't played Wasteland 3 was one that I downloaded. I haven't played wow, gross.
Ah, right into your ear holes.
Yeah. There's just a bunch of games that I want to play that I haven't played yet. So, or I want to replay because I didn't finish them. Like I re-downloaded the first Assassin's Creed game because it got the 60 frames a second kind of 1440p HDR kind of stuff, and there's like 4 achievements I'm missing from that game, and I would like to try to get them maybe. And I know that game's not very long, so.
I wish Assassin's Creed would go back to those early days.
Yeah,
Instead of just being like jammed with like every bit of content they could come up with. Like, man, just let's go back to simpler times. I know they never will, because I think from what I hear, they're turning Assassin's Creed and giving it the For Honor treatment.
I mean, Assassin's Creed Valhalla is their highest selling game of all time, so that should tell you something.
Ubisoft?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And before that, it was Odyssey. So I mean, I really liked Odyssey. I didn't really care a lot for Origins, just because I don't know, those games are weird. Like you can tell which team made which game based on the character movement.
Mm-hmm.
So Origins and Valhalla were made by the same team, and you can tell because the characters feel heavy and clunky and not agile. Whereas the Odyssey team was the Assassin's Creed 4 and Syndicate team made this?
Yeah, I imagine the Syndicate team made it. I think that's how that worked, yeah.
Yeah, Cassandra feels way more agile and swift and way easier to control than the other games. So, like, I prefer the Odyssey's movement and stuff, so it was really hard for me to play Valhalla.
Oh, that's interesting, because I liked Origins and Valhalla's movement and combat more. I mean, I liked Odyssey, but admittedly, I play the Assassin's Creed games for the immersion and the environments and the locations and stuff. Like I absorb all that history stuff. That's why I loved Origins, because I was such a big, like I used to love ancient Egyptian culture when I was a kid.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I really liked Origins' story and like the setting and everything. I thought it was really cool. Plus, like the DLC, like where you were fighting the mythical gods and stuff was really cool. Like that kind of stuff was really cool, and I liked how they kind of implemented it into Odyssey. Yeah, into the story at least. And so I don't know. If I was to choose by combat only, it would be Odyssey. But if I was to pick a location, it would be Origins and Valhalla for sure. But I just really like how Odyssey plays. I don't know. I didn't think I was going to like Odyssey as much, because like how much of this ancient Greek and Roman and like that kind of era, it just feels like that's been done to death in Assassin's Creed over and over and over again. And even in like Assassin's Creed, the Assassin's Creed 2 trilogy, like I know it was like during the Renaissance, but like it still had that feeling of, oh, we're just kind of rehashing this area again. And it was just like, man, I don't know. Because it was like Italy and Rome and stuff, and like you're still visiting the Colosseum, even though it's not in ancient Greek and Roman times, right? So it just kind of felt like they were rehashing it. But yeah, I don't know. I re-downloaded Valhalla because I want to play it this year. because
I just
that new
downloaded
DLC
the
is coming out.
expansion recently, so I do want to get back to that as well. Maybe one day.
So, anyways, back to the notes here. We got side tangent. It's fine. I don't know. I like Assassin's Creed a lot. I like the direction they're going. I just wish like the movement and stuff felt more consistent from game to game. Because if it was consistent, then I wouldn't be able to tell, and then I wouldn't be able to say I like one over the other. But,
Yeah. I wish they could nail down an end game. Like it just seems like they don't know how they plan on ending this.
They don't.
Like
they don't.
like,
they
you
don't
have
want to
to
end
fi-
it, so they just
Yeah, I
keep
know.
giving you DLC, right?
Well, should we? Yeah, it's like should we think about ending it? Nah.
The next game is
But I mean
literally
the
called
overall
Assassin's Creed
story.
Infinite.
Yeah.
Like it's just like, oh my god, not gonna.
But
end.
I mean, like like they need to come up like story wise, like with the first civilization and the Apple of Eden and stuff like that. Like it's just like how many. I don't know how many like story departures like do they need in order to like kind of get back on track and be like, okay, this is where we're going.
right?
Because at least when Desmond was around, there was at least like, hey, it looks like there's kind of an end goal in sight, or at least there's going to be a resolution at some point, and we kind of got that at the end of Revelation, but it's like afterwards it was just like, we don't know what's going on.
Yeah, dude, you
It's
could
like-
really
it's
tell
like
after.
Charlie. It's like Charlie and Always Sunny in Philadelphia. He's at the board, and all of a sudden he's just like, Pepe Silva.
Yeah, it definitely after Assassin's Creed 3, they were like, where do we go from here? I don't even know what to do
Yeah.
from here. And like, even Black Flag didn't even like really connect. They were just like, oh, you're a pirate now, and you play games at Abstergo, I guess. So here you go.
Yeah, you're just a cubicle, a desk jockey. That's it.
Yeah. And then it took 8 or 9 years to fix Unity, right, on this new generation of consoles. So
Yeah.
whoops. Syndicate was cool though. I really liked the train stuff in Syndicate.
Syndicate was probably my least favorite.
Oh, really?
I didn't like I don't know. I just like I thought the story was like it didn't hook me, the whole gang like kind of getting gangs to fight against each other. I don't know. I just wasn't a fan of it.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, we're gonna kind of move on here. Did you pick up anything this week, Stoy? Did you pick up anything cool? Fun?
I mean, Josh gave me his old Xbox with like no cords, no cables, no controllers.
Wow.
He just gave me the unit. So I was like, all right, cool. I think because I set up a lot of my old systems again on an old tube TV that I got from my brother. So I was trying to look for my Xbox, so I was up in my attic, I was up in my down in my basement, like couldn't find it. I probably sold it a long time ago and I just didn't know about it. But it's like I still have the cables for it. I found the cables, like the audio, the AV cables and the power, cable.
Yeah.
But I don't have the controllers. So it's like weird, like why I would have the cables, but no, anything else.
Right.
So,
That's weird.
anyway,
That's weird.
that's all I ended up scooping up, really. It was kind of a slow week this past week. I think the last game I really literally picked up was Chorus that I got for Christmas. So
Yeah, I picked up a bunch of digital stuff from the sale. I picked up Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue.
man,
Yeah.
they're drunk.
Nah, dude.
They're drunk over there.
No, dude. They're just spinning. They have like 20 of those big Price is Right blood wheels that they just spin, and whatever it lands on, they're just like
Final chapter. There's got to be one more word. Prologue.
yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Hey, Tim, which Kingdom Hearts is this? Oh,
2 or 3?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's one of those in between ones, It's just one of those things. Oh, so we can pick whatever title we want? Yeah, because 3's in development, so you should pick a number before that. But 2's already out. Well, pick a number between 2 and 3. Give it a subtitle.
How about 8? All right.
You know, you know what's really funny about Kingdom Hearts 3? Have you played Kingdom Hearts 3?
I have not played a single Kingdom Hearts game.
Oh my gosh, I own them all on Xbox now. I'm very proud of myself. Uh, the prologue in Kingdom Hearts 3 literally ends with Kingdom Hearts 2.9, and then it loads into Kingdom Hearts 3.
So wait, well, there's a 2.9, not a 2.8.
It's part of Kingdom Hearts 3. It's like the chapter 0 of Kingdom Hearts 3
Okay.
is called 2.9. So
Got it.
It's so funny. God,
Man,
Kingdom Hearts.
I don't understand.
Oh, it's so fun. Kingdom Hearts
Yeah.
rocks, everybody. I hope you guys know that.
Okay.
By the way, Kingdom Hearts superfan is in our chat. He's probably lurking. Cam Hawkins.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, he's you should go check him out, by the way.
So,
But
Pat from our podcast a long time ago, I ended up getting hands on the Kingdom Hearts PlayStation 4, but it came to him like months after the game came out.
Yeah.
Because GameStop screwed up the orders. I think they promised too many pre-orders for
Yeah,
people,
sounds like
and they
GameStop.
didn't have enough stock. So Pat got bumped way back. So he ended up buying the game, but then got the system eventually, and he got a copy of the game. So he's like, "Here, you play it. Like you should play it. You really should play it." And I was like, "Okay, I haven't played it."
That's
but-
funny.
Maybe I'll get there one of these days. I don't know.
You'll get there. You should do it for an extra live stream one year.
Okay. Like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah. It doesn't get weird until after Kingdom Hearts 2. I'll give it that.
All right. It's not that it gets weird. It's like, at some point, like, where do you jump in to really understand it? Or because you got all these different confusing names, confusing prologue titles, and numbering, and it's like, okay, I need to get caught up. And I think I heard 3 has a really good series of videos or something like that catches you up on the story and what's going on.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
so-
like previously on Kingdom Hearts or whatever.
Yeah, so at least you have that where you can, understand what's going on.
Yeah. But anyways, it was cool. I'm happy I ended up getting it. So I ended up getting that, and I'm getting Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
Okay.
I ended up getting the Shadow of Mordor collection, which was both games for like $10 with all the DLC.
Man.
I ended up picking up Dragon Age Inquisition, the deluxe edition, for like $8.
Yeah, I saw that. I think they had like a special on the sale where it's like Dragon Age Inquisition and Mass Effect Andromeda for like $15.
It was 11.
Oh, it was 11. Okay.
Yeah. So I picked that up. I picked up Red Dead Redemption 2 because people keep saying that that's one of the best games ever made.
Hang on. You've never played Red Dead Redemption 2?
No, I just at one point I decided that I just wasn't going to play it because I didn't
Okay.
think I was going to have the time. And so it was on sale. I was like, okay.
Now you think you're just going to have the time?
Yeah, right. So I ended up getting that. I ended up getting so the Yakuza games were leaving Game Pass. 0, 1, and 2, I think. And they were all $4.99 a piece. So I was like, $15 for all 3 of these games. I'll maybe one day, who knows. So I got those.
Isn't that kind of how that goes? It's like you just buy it just to have it,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got because I always wanted to play it and I never did. And I have the second one through Games with Gold, but I never ever purchased the first one. The Batman Telltale series
Oh, yeah.
was $7, so I ended up just getting that as well.
I got to jump back on that. I got through. I whizzed right through the first chapter, the first episode, and
Yeah.
I got to get back into that.
Well, okay. So the first one was like I thought I owned it because they gave away the first chapter for free at one point.
Yeah.
But it didn't unlock any of the achievements. And I was like, what's going on? And it's like, well, the achievements don't unlock unless you own the whole game. And I was like, I do
Yeah.
own the whole game. And then I went to download the other chapters and it was like, this is going to cost you $29.99. And I'm like, I'll wait. But that was like 2 years ago, and then it's probably been on sale 47 times since then. But
yeah, it's one of those things. You got to keep track of it. I like that Xbox has, and I should use it more often. It has like the wish list option.
Yeah.
Kind of like how PC games have, where it's like you get notified every time like the game goes on sale. So that may be a good thing to do.
Yeah. So I did add a bunch of indie games to that, by the way, that weren't on sale.
Yeah.
So because like I want to play Shovel Knight again, but I'm not paying $40 for it again. Because
that game shouldn't be $40.
Yeah. Well, each.
I mean, it's a good game, but
each campaign is $10 a piece. Mm-hmm. You get 4 campaigns in the multiplayer.
Oh yeah, I suppose. Okay, all right.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm not paying $40 for that. Plus, like the Xbox version has the whole Battletoads campaign in it. So
nice.
And I'm like, I'm still not paying $40 for it. I'll buy it again at some point, but not for $40. And I added like a bunch of games that I already own on Switch, but I would like to play on my TV because Switch is is a handheld console to me now. I don't know. I'm weird, Stoy.
I know that. Well, I'm weird too. I have 2 Nintendo Switches.
I have 3.
Oh, okay, all right.
No, I'm fighting with myself to see if I should. So I have every Nintendo launch console that I've ever owned, that I've ever gotten at launch. So
okay.
Like, so since like Nintendo 64, I have all my first Nintendo consoles except for my Wii, but that's because my Wii melted in a house fire. That's a different story for another day.
Oh, yeah, I'll say that's a different story for another day.
So I ended up getting another one, but all my other consoles are like, I got this day one, I'm keeping it. Mm-hmm. Well, my launch Switch sounds like a jet engine. So I was thinking about putting it away. I was definitely going to keep it, but I'm going to put it away. But I've been fighting with myself to get rid of my light. And I went to pull the trigger to get rid of my light. But then my daughter started playing it. And I'm like, oh no. Well, if she's really going to like maybe show some interest in games, maybe this would be a good one to whatever,
Yeah.
So I put like 3 or 4 games on it to see if she was interested in it at all. And she played it for like a half hour the other day, but then she started doing other things because she's 3.5. But so I don't know. I still think I might get rid of my light. I don't have any reason to keep it. If she wants, she can use my launch one, I guess. Or she can get her own when she gets old enough.
I was going to say, yeah, make her pay for her own.
Get a job.
Get a job. You can walk.
Yeah. Well, we're going to move into news, Stoy. So I don't have anything else to talk about unless you do.
Mm-hmm. No, that's about it. Like I said, I didn't, I didn't really pick up anything, really.
I will show off this, though. Before we get into news. There's not a lot of news, so we can show off.
Yeah, we can.
Look at this. Look at this monstrosity. This is for you audio
For those
listeners.
out there in listener land, he's holding up an original box of the Xbox.
Yeah. It is a monstrosity.
I like how Microsoft has to write in plain letters, video game system.
I know. Because, did you watch the documentary, right?
Yes, I did, yeah.
Yeah. Good documentary, by the way.
No, yeah, it was amazing. I don't know if you encountered this feeling, but when they were going through all the episodes and whatever, and they got to that pivotal point at the end of in the middle of Xbox One's life cycle, where they started talking about how we kind of screwed up with the whole launch, and we were betting on this whole media thing, and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
So and then all of a sudden the episode came into, and we brought in Phil Spencer.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the tone of the episode just like changed radically.
Yeah.
To where it's like, and then our Lord and Savior Phil Spencer came in to save the day, to save Xbox.
God, dude, they really hammed that part up, didn't they?
Oh God, they did so much.
I mean, don't get me
wrong.
The
whole tone of the rest of that episode and the last episode just like changed to where all of a sudden now it's like, we're so amazing and we're so blessed to be part of
yeah,
such a great
like the whole documentary was great for about 4.5 episodes. It was like you would never really know it was put on by Microsoft, really.
Yeah.
Right? They did the whole Red Ring of Death thing. They did the whole Xbox One launch thing. Like, really, like, shitting on themselves, really.
Yeah.
And then that pivotal point where, like, Phil Spencer comes out, like, on stage and they announce him as, like, the new head of Xbox or whatever. It's like,
Yeah.
ah. And then the whole
and he made it about the games.
And then literally the whole last episode was basically a promotional material for the new, like, Xbox, like the Project Scorpio moving into Series X and S and Game Pass. Like, it was just this big whatever, which is fine. Look, I mean, I get it.
Yeah, it was a big commercial, yeah.
But and I really enjoyed the documentary. I watched it 3 times now just because, like, I like to fall asleep to it sometimes. Like, it's just kind of like a nice, soothing, like, kind of like a podcast, but not really.
You got it.
So,
okay. Yeah, no, I like I said, I thought it was they were very honest with each other, and they were very open about their struggles and the trials and tribulations that they did, like, throughout the multiple systems that they had.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it was definitely all of a sudden that tone changed right at that last episode and a half, where it's like, you know, so because Josh and I were talking about that, because Josh is like, I'm worried that it was one big Microsoft commercial, and I said, well, only the last episode.
Yeah.
So
yeah, basically the last episode was a huge Microsoft commercial, but
yeah, but it's fine, whatever.
I kind of wish Bill Gates would have done some of it. Like, they showed him a lot.
Yeah,
I wish he would have given, like, a small interview or something. I thought that would have been interesting.
I imagine he wants to enjoy his retirement and not talk about Microsoft anymore.
It's fair.
I mean, he lived and breathed it for so long, and
I mean, he did create it.
Yeah. So
all right, we're gonna move into news, Stoy. How's that sound?
I'm fine with that.
Great. Our first story here, we're gonna talk a little bit about Everwild, the Rare's kind of artsy whatever game that nobody really seems to know what it is, and apparently Rare doesn't know what it is either. This is from our friends over at Pure Xbox. We've been seeing reports over the past year that Rare's Everwild is undergoing a bit of a challenging phase right now. Even Microsoft confirmed it back in October, and a new report has stated that the game is, quote, a real mess at the moment. Speaking on the Xbox Era podcast a few days ago, VentureBeat journalist Jeff Grubb had the following to say: Everwild is a real mess. They try to talk diplomatically about it when they're in the public, but like, quote, people hear things about the creative director leaving and things getting rebooted, and that's overstated, end quote. But that's not that overstated. They've rebooted that thing, and they don't know exactly what the state of it. They are still figuring that out, and it's a mess. This is not me just using colorful descriptions. The people working on the game don't really know what's going on with that game. That's how much of a mess it is right now.
That was the thing. Like, when I first saw the game reveal of this, I was like, what is it?
Yeah.
Like, they just showed, like, someone, like, wandering through a wilderness and seeing a bunch of animals in the sky and shit. And it's like, okay, like, what is it? Like, no details. It's probably like, you know, it's one of those things that, from what I hear, pre-production, you get all these, like, really good ideas that it's like, hey, let's make a game out of these really good ideas.
Right.
And then once they start to really implement these, quote, good ideas, they find out, well, they're not so good ideas anymore.
Right.
And then you get into this kind of problem.
Right.
Being a BioWare fan, I am very well aware of this process. You know, because they what was it with Mass Effect Andromeda? They spent at least a couple years, like, just kind of building this game to be what it was, what they wanted it to be, and then all of a sudden they were like, well, shit, EA's giving us 18 months to churn out a game, so we got to do something. Right. Okay, let's just whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway,
dude, remember when Mass Effect Andromeda was supposed to be kind of like a No Man's Sky style, like, exploration game? Yeah,
every planet was supposed to be procedurally generated. No two playthroughs were going to be the same, especially, like, the planets I would land on and the ecosystems would be different than yours. Like, it was that's what it was supposed to be. But then, like, I think they just kind of they tried to make it work, and they tried to make it work in Frostbite, and they couldn't. And it's just
dude, Frostbite engine is just a mess if you're not making Battlefield. It seems like.
No, yeah, for sure.
Or even if
Please.
you are making Battlefield, apparently.
Or I think any kind of like action focused first person shooter, or even a third person shooter. Like
Yeah.
whatever.
But it seems like Rare's still working on it. They hired former Alien Isolation lead designer Gary Napper, and they've made a couple other key hires. So, I mean, they're trying to fix it, which if anybody can dump money into fixing a project, it's clearly Microsoft. I mean, look at the last like 5 years of Xbox in general. So
Yeah, no kidding. Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, you have to have some sort of degree of like, listen, we have to buckle down. We got to make a game.
yeah,
And that's it. That's a lot of times where, I mean, I have no experience in game development, so I can't be an expert on this, but
yes, you can. Your personality on the internet, you're automatically an expert in game design.
yeah, I suppose. I mean, I know everything about video games. I'm
You're
a
on
professional
Twitter, right?
podcaster. Yeah, exactly.
You're an expert.
I have an opinion, right? Yes.
Yeah.
You're right. I should
Yeah.
just speak my mind. But ultimately, I think you need to have developers and publishers to really kind of like say, to kind of rein everybody in to say, hey, we're paying you money to make a game. Make a game. Stop messing around, especially when it comes to like messing around with other people's money. Microsoft at one point is going to be like, okay, we're dumping money to you. It's got to stop. Make a game. Make something. Make a game.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I like the look of Everwild, but like they've shown 3 trailers for that game now. I still am so confused.
Yeah. So stop showing us trailers and stop reminding us that, hey, this is a thing.
Yeah. Ah.
And what is the thing?
Animals and magic.
Wait, we'll tell you later.
It's animals and magic and stuff.
And really cool cell shading graphics. Like, it looks like, I mean, graphically, like if that's what the game is going to look like I'm all for it. But just give me some direction.
Yeah.
Tell me what it is, man.
Show us some like a little bit of gameplay,
Yeah. I thought it'd be kind of like a Monster Hunter game.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be cool, right? Like a light-hearted, whimsical Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Speaking of gameplay and direction, Stoy and Rare, all in one go. It seems like GoldenEye 007 is finally coming off the Nintendo 64. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
So, how incredible would this be a way to kick off 2022? It looks like GoldenEye 007 is on its way to the Xbox. True Achievements has picked up the new achievement list for the game. 55 achievements for 1,000 gamer score. Some of the achievement images have even appeared online, leaked through tweets. Wario64 tweeted some out. This seems to be based on the canceled Xbox 360 XBLA remake version, similar to the Perfect Dark one that they ended up making instead. So I would be kind of interested in revisiting this world. I wish they would kind of do more than a simple up-res.
That's the thing. Like, this game doesn't... having played this game recently on the 64, this game, it's not going to be how you finally remember.
No. Did you plug in 2 N64 controllers and play it that way? For dual sticks?
No.
Did you know you could do that?
Yeah, I know. I knew you could do that. I never did it. But
I didn't know that until like a couple years ago. I found that out.
Yeah. But I mean, we played a lot of GoldenEye in my house as a kid when we were younger.
Yeah.
My brother and I. But yeah, like the only way I could see this really working is if they kind of like really, well, they did kind of remake it.
Yeah, they did the Wii one with Daniel Craig. They did the Craig version of GoldenEye for Wii.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
And then it came with the golden Wii Classic controller or whatever.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
And then they ended up porting an HD version to 360 and PS3, which was fine. It was cool, but it wasn't like amazing. I was like, eh.
Right.
It was still cool though. Like I would. if they ended up doing some sort of 007 game based off the movies, right? Like I would probably play through them all, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. This seems like a hey, remember when you played GoldenEye that one time on Nintendo 64? This is it, but we made it prettier.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's gonna have like the auto aim stuff. Remember the auto aim? Because
Yeah.
it didn't have the dual stick, so you couldn't really aim. So it just like automatically you just see your silence pistol go whoop.
Yep, like that. Well, yeah, that was kind of the hard thing about, the movement was with the joystick, and like looking was with the kind of like the yellow buttons. So it's like,
Yeah.
it just made it so hard to play any kind of first person shooter games with that kind of control scheme. If you're not using two analog sticks to play a first person shooter,
Yeah.
like you have to have some sort of like auto aim feature like that.
I mean, besides playing games on a PC, like how did you play first person shooter just before Halo? You know what I mean? Like, God,
Yeah.
I mean, say what you want about Halo and Xbox. I don't care if you're a hater or a lover, but like Halo changed everything.
Halo really changed everything. I mean, it really made first person shooters on a console like possible.
Yeah.
It really paved the way,
Yeah.
and that's where we got so many good first person shooter titles because of Halo telling the world basically, see, you can do this
Yeah.
and you can make it work.
Yeah.
They set the benchmark.
Yeah. So I hope they rework like a control scheme that works. I don't think it's going to be very good, but I guess it's cool that it's coming. I'll check it out especially if it's like, I bet this is a Game Pass game. You think this will be on Game Pass?
I would think so. I don't think people are going to pay money for this.
Yeah.
Or people are going to want to pay money for this.
Yeah. I wonder how,
maybe like, okay, $5, $7 or something like that.
Yeah.
But
I wonder how much money Microsoft ponied up for this. This seems like a goodwill type of game that they know they're not going to make any money off of.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
All right, the last story here, Bully 2. We talked about Bully 2 potentially being revealed at the Game Awards the last time we recorded. Apparently, it was already in development at one point and was later canceled because, there's a whole kind of like a history of Rockstar on GameInformer.com. I suggest you read it because this is where that story came from. I'm not going to. There's a small excerpt about Bully 2 being developed at Rockstar New England. They ended up doing other, like a racing game, I think, after this got canceled, and then, later doing other stuff. But yeah, Bully 2 was, they said after San Andreas that this was going to be, they thought Bully 2 was going to be the next big thing from Rockstar. And then it just ended up getting canceled. So that's...
See, I don't understand the hype behind Bully, because when it first came out, I remember it wasn't necessarily received the greatest.
Yeah. Like
it had interesting concepts to it, but not a lot of people were really into it.
No, I think a lot of people remember, they remember Rockstar with rose-colored glasses. Everything they put out, Grand Theft Auto 3 was really their first big game that got a lot of attention, right? Because you had State of Emergency, which wasn't very good. You had Manhunt, which was like this weird kind of murder game that was, weird.
It wasn't good. I remember that.
Oni, which was that weird third-person shooter developed by Bungie, right? Like that was weird. Like Rockstar didn't have any great games, right? They published Red Dead Revolver from Capcom, right? But like, and I guess Max Payne. They published Max Payne, I guess, but like,
Yes, 3 was good. Yeah, Max Payne 3 was good.
Yeah, but like before GTA was all they had, until Red Dead Redemption, I would say, right? Really?
Yeah.
Like Bully was okay, but I guess if you're looking at, Midnight Club also they had, which was kind of okay.
Yeah, that was okay. I mean, it was trying to be Need for Speed.
Yeah, but like Rockstar wasn't really who they were until Grand Theft Auto 4, I would say, and Red Dead Redemption. Like how you think of them today. Yeah, the GTA 3 trilogy was awesome, but it was GTA. It wasn't because Rockstar was this huge name yet.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
So that's why I don't understand why every time we get a little snippet of like, rumors of bully, like all these gaming journalists are like going apeshit about it, where it's like, oh my god, look, bully news. Oh, there's rumor we're gonna get a trailer for it. Oh my god, like it'd be amazing. But it's like, none of these people played it when it first came out.
Did you play the Wii version? I played the Wii version of Bully for like 2 hours. Guess what? Wasn't very good. Granted,
I
played it
I
on
didn't
the
even
Wii.
get that far. I played it on the PS2, and I was like, what's the big deal of this game? And I think I rented it at the time.
Yeah.
And I just turned it back in.
Yeah.
So
I didn't really play Bully at all. I have the Scholarship Edition for 360, which I could go back to, I guess, and play it. But maybe I will at some point this year. Along with the 60 other games on my backlog. But I don't know. I'm just it feels like a Mirror's Edge situation where people were clamoring for a sequel, and when they put one out, nobody bought it.
And that man, every time people talk about Mirror's Edge, that pisses me off so much. Because like I really wanted a sequel. I actually wanted a sequel. I loved first Mirror's Edge, and when the second one came out, Catalyst, like I loved it. I bought the collector's edition, the whole big statue. It's a huge statue sitting up there. But man, that game came out, I loved it, and everyone's like, it's not the greatest. Whatever. This game sucks. It's like just the same people that were like begging for its release. Now now EA's like, we gave you what you want.
Well,
Ugh.
man. So, Bully 2 was canceled. Maybe there'll be a different Bully 2 somewhere down the line, but cool. All right, so we're starting a new segment called the Wrap Up, where we did some tinkering during the off week. You would say suggestions that maybe would make the show a little bit lighter, a little bit better. We're adding a news wrap up where smaller stories that maybe we don't really need to have discussions about, but feel you need to be informed of anyway. So first up here, legendary NFL coach and broadcaster John Madden passed away on December 28th. Madden is most known in the gaming community by his name and likeness to the annual EA Sports football simulation of the same name. Very sad to hear that John Madden passed away. Big influence in my life, playing football a lot and learning how to study tape. We watched a lot of John Madden breakdown film when I was playing football, and that's how we learned how to watch tape on the opposing teams. So, sad that he passed away. Rest in peace, I guess. Man, a lot of people passing away this past week.
Yeah, no kidding. Like 2021's not done, wasn't done yet. It's like, let's give you Betty White like right at the end too.
Yeah.
No, we talked about this before about how probably the worst tweet to have come out is a journalist on Twitter said, everyone eulogizing Madden, how many concussions could we have prevented had he not turned brain injuries into a video game? And it's like, oh, God.
Yeah. That's a terrible take.
Yeah, it really is. Like, it's just one of those things. Like, I guess people started following up with like, youth football coaches are blaming these video games for the amount of concussions that have risen. And also people not even participating in football because it's like, why should I play football in real life when I can go play the video game version of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Twitter, like Twitter needs to, man, I don't know.
You need to settle down a little bit.
Yeah, you need to, you people on Twitter, like, you need to have there needs to be like a check and balance system, like where like Twitter has this AI program where it say, hey man, this tweet that you want to tweet sounds like a bunch of bullshit. Like, I want you to really think about it. I really want you to think about it.
Right.
And I'm going to hold this tweet for like 10 minutes, and I really want you to sit down and think about this tweet.
Yeah. So the Mr. Chief meme is making its way into Halo Infinite as an AI companion in multiplayer. Though the fans are excited about this edition, they aren't so excited about the price. $19.99 US dollars. So, neat. It's a cool AI. Not paying $20 for it. Sorry.
This is what happens when games go free to play.
I mean, I'm aware.
Yeah.
You don't tell me. I also came from an era when playing Halo, the only thing you could do was change your Spartan's color, and that's what you had, and that's what you played multiplayer with. So guess what? I don't care. I spent $10 on my battle pass, and I'm perfectly happy with it.
Yeah. I mean, these game developers got to make money somehow. I mean, let's keep that in mind. Video games are a business.
Mm-hmm.
Developers are a business. 343 Studios is a business. They need money.
It's true.
And they need your money.
Yeah. Yeah. Your money.
Yo money.
Speaking of free-to-play games, Stoy, our last story in the wrap-up, Fortnite may be adding a no-build mode, meaning the only way you can win is by shooting people.
So just any standard battle royale game.
Mm-hmm. That actually might get me to re-download it and play it once in a while.
That still will not get me to re-download it.
Yeah, that's fair. Dude, before we get into games with gold, Fortnite, I'm so glad that that's not the game I suck my time into, because I would be poor as hell. You see all the cool skins besides like the Marvel ones. This season alone, they've had The Rock as a skin, they have Boba Fett as a skin, they have the Gears of War characters as a skin. They brought back a Master Chief the week that Halo Infinite dropped as a skin, and now there was something else that just recently dropped too that was like really cool, and that would have been like $200 to get all that. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so glad I'm not into Fortnite.
Yeah, really, because especially that one little thing, like especially when they drop Batman, it's like, oh man, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, or like when they dropped Captain America, I was like, that was the one time I was like, okay, maybe, or Master Chief the first time, I was like, maybe I'll spend some money just so when I play this game, I can play as a character that I really like. And then I went in to buy Captain America, and it was like $40. I was like, nope.
Wow, that's expensive.
Well, the skin.
But, I mean, it's kind of genius when you think about it, like from both Epic and the developer, because like I imagine like 343 Studios is like, yeah, we'll have you use the likeliness of Master Chief. We'll get 20% of whatever you make.
Yeah.
And it benefits both.
Yeah. Well, like Captain America, for example, the skin only was $25, but you got to have Captain America.
That's still expensive. God.
It is.
Good
But
Lord.
like you can't have Captain America without a shield, which is like the backpack, which I don't know why characters have backpacks in that game, but like,
wait, that's extra too?
Well, you can buy each piece separately, or you can buy the bundle.
God.
Or you can buy the bundle, right? The Avengers Helicarrier was like the little like floaty thing when you jump out of the battle bus. So that was extra. And then like his pickaxe was like, what was his pickaxe? I can't remember if it was like Thor's hammer or something. But like, yeah, like it was like if you bought it all separate, it was like what, $52 or something. Or if you bought the bundle, it was it was either $34.99 or $39.99. I'm not even kidding.
Good God. Wow.
Yeah,
That's something.
Yeah.
That is something.
Yeah. But Stoy, you know what doesn't cost you any money this month? Games with gold.
Games with gold.
So,
I have not heard of any of these games.
I really haven't either. So, the available from January 1st to the 31st is Neurovoider. Neurovoider. From January 16th to February 15th is Aground. Aground?
Sure.
Agrund. I don't know. Available from January 1st through 15th is Radiant Silvergun, is your Xbox 360 title, which is now backwards compatible on Xbox One and Xbox Series consoles. And then from January 16th through the 31st is Space Invaders Infinity Gene, which I assume is some variant of Space Invaders.
That's pretty much like the only familiar one that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Neat. We're gonna move on to a segment called what?
I was gonna say there ain't anything coming out for Game Pass this week, so.
I know. I was gonna say.
I know. I think there's a couple games coming out next week. I could talk about stuff that's leaving.
I mean, you could, I guess.
Yeah. PUBG is leading because apparently PUBG is going free to play.
Yeah.
So, and then like some other like games like Desperados 3, Ghost of a Tale, Mountain Blade, Warband, Pandemic the board game, the video game, I guess. And then YIIK, a postmodern RPG.
Y2K.
Yeah, I suppose.
But also Yakuza 0, 1, and 2 left also this past week.
Right, yeah.
But they're still only $5 a piece if you want them.
Well, yeah, like admit it, if you had the game on Game Pass, you can actually there's a lot of times for I think a certain amount of time that game is like discounted. So like you could buy the game for like a 20% discount.
Yeah.
It doesn't last for long though. So yeah.
I think it's up to a week after the game leaves that it's on sale. Yeah. There's actually a section on Game Pass called Leaving Soon. You can go in there, and if you want to purchase the game, you can just click on it and say buy to keep or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Which is a nice feature, I guess.
No, it really is. Honestly, it's like I said, it's kind of a good way to make Game Pass viable. It's like you're still making money off of people purchasing games because, you know, when the game leaves, it's like, hey, I still want the game in my library.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Stoy, we're going to move into our topic of the show, which is a look at Xbox preview in 2022 and beyond.
This is a big preview, man.
There's a lot of games on this list. I think there's almost 40 games on this list that we know about this year so far. Granted, some of them are upgrades, some of them are, you know, delayed games, and some of them we don't even know if they're coming out this year. But I am excited for a lot of these games. I have to tell you. Mm-hmm. I really have to tell you.
Before we start, I do want to say that 2021 sucked. There really wasn't a lot for video games.
I mean,
to have come out this year, and I know there's very good reasons behind it. Like I totally get it. I understand it. Development on a lot of these big title video games took a huge hit.
Yeah.
But you know, so I'm really putting stock in the fact that 2022 is going to be one of the biggest years for video games in recent memory. And just looking at this list, I'm like, yeah, it's definitely shaping up to be that way.
Yeah. So how do you want to do this? Because I originally had everybody pick 5 games that they were excited for from this list, but that's when I thought there were going to be 4 of us on this show and not just the 2 of us. Mm-hmm. Do we want to go through the whole list, or do we just kind of want to?
Well, I mean, we could, like a lot of these we can kind of shoot through like quickly.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll just run down the list, and then if we have a discussion, if we have something to say about it, we'll just say something about it, I guess.
Right. Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Cool. All right.
So this is like literally in order of release date. So it's kind of nice that
I tried to do that so that we could just kind of, you know, kind of give everybody an idea, a big picture idea of what's coming. Which some of these I'm surprised are coming as quickly as they are. I didn't realize some of these games were coming out so soon.
Yeah.
So to kick off the year, the Rainbow Six Extraction is coming on January 20th, which seems cool. I'm
actually excited for this one because this has. If I play Rainbow Six, I play Terrorist Hunt.
Yeah.
I played those modes, and this is a really good refresher. If not, I mean, Tom Clancy. He's probably rolling over in his grave right now to see what games with his name on it are doing.
Oh, you mean X Defiant isn't really a Tom Clancy game for you?
No. Nope. But I'm excited for this one. I mean, it's like kind of like tactical Left 4 Dead.
Yeah. This game is a full game sequel to based off of it's a sequel to an event that happened in the current game, right?
Yeah, they had it was like kind of like in beta mode, or they kind of like it was called like Rainbow Six Quarantine or something like that.
Yeah.
Where like you had to extract a scientist from a laboratory, but like there was like these monsters in this laboratory, and then when you completed the extraction, that was it. and apparently that caused this big cataclysmic apocalyptic event that is now going to be you're not going to be playing in this game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll check. I will probably check this out at some point. The only reason why I'm not going to buy it day one is because I don't know if I'm going to have anybody to play it with. But if you
I'll play it with you because I'll jump on it. I've been meaning to really get back into Siege. Like I don't know. It's one of those things like I played it for a short amount of time and then I would keep kind of going back to it and going back to it and going back to it and then just
Yeah.
It's like an ex-girlfriend. You just keep going back to her and just, oh yeah, nothing's changed.
It's comfort.
And then you just keep going back. Yeah, it's comfort. I get it.
Coming on February 4th is Dying Light 2: Stay Human. I know there's a lot of hype around this game. I know a lot of people really like that first game.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really play the first game. I know they kind of just re-released a Platinum Silver edition or something with, kind of all the bells and whistles.
Yeah, it's playable on the Switch. Like, we're talking not cloud-based. Like, you can play it on the Switch.
Yeah.
If you want.
Yeah. I won't be playing it on the Switch. I own it somewhere. I don't remember what console I own it on, but I own it somewhere.
Yeah, I think I have it for PlayStation, I think, and PC. I think I bought it on sale for PC a while back.
Yeah. Crossfire X is coming on February 10th. The notable thing about Crossfire X is that the multiplayer is free to play, but the campaign is being developed by Remedy. So
yes, and it looks so good.
A lot of excitement there.
Yeah,
about that. On February 22nd, Destiny 2: The Witch Queen, the big expansion to obviously Destiny 2 is going to be crazy. I'm excited because the big bad is kind of like the story that's going on right now. The big bad of the Witch Queen has learned how to harness the light and create guardians, the Hive Guardians. And so we are actually fighting other guardians that are bad guys. So that's neat. It's new. So there's this new. They're also adding weapon crafting and new kind of abilities to kill ghosts. Mm-hmm. So it seems like they are really pushing Destiny 2 in full on RPG direction. They're changing the way subclasses work and everything to where you actually have to use like the equivalent to skill points into stuff. It really seems like they're turning into that RPG direction, which is exciting if it was the only game I was playing, but also scary because it seems like it's going to take up more time. So we'll see.
Well, yeah, especially in this month of February where you have, I don't know if you're into the next game that you're going to talk about, but
yeah, I mean, so Elden Ring, I know a lot of people are excited for Elden Ring, comes out on February 25th. I know all the Dark Souls fans are excited for this kind of open world take on that genre. Are you excited for Elden Ring?
I'm waiting with cautious breath because I'm not a Dark Souls, Sekiro, Bloodborne type of player. The world intrigues me, and I will give it a shot. Like I've tried Bloodborne, I've tried Sekiro, I've tried those games, and gotten into it. But like, man, it's just something about needing the patience.
Yeah,
that I just didn't have at those times. So I'm gonna try this game. Mm-hmm. Who knows? I may like it.
That's the thing is like everybody always talks about how hard these games are. It's not that they're hard. You just have to be patient.
Yeah, that's really what it is.
Yeah, and like I get it. Like this generation, it's funny. Someone I used to know called it the microwave generation, where everything has to happen so quick and instantly and fast and everything, and like. This that really makes you slow down and think and learn the patterns and everything, which is like fine for people who like us who grew up playing like NES games and I compared it to like Mega Man and like really learning the patterns and stuff and Ninja Gaiden and stuff, but like
that's the thing. It's like these games have those same qualities from those earlier games. It's just we want the game to be more forgiving of us and make us feel a little bit more overpowered. As opposed to, really trying to learn and crack the code.
Yeah.
And Yeah.
And the challenge too is like, how patient do you want to be, or how much do you want to go overpower yourself to take these monsters on as well too, right? Because you can,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
so easy to go grind too,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited to see people excited for this game.
Yeah.
The same day, Grid Legends comes out. Are you excited for this, Stoy? I know you're kind of like a racing guy.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious, intrigued on where they plan on going with the story, because it looks like kind of like a rivals type, game where it's like you're just like they had this live action trailer of all these racers kind of like talking shit with each other or whatever, and like getting a little bit heated at times. So I'm kind of curious what the story, like I imagine there's going to be a story mode to this game.
Right.
I'm kind of curious to see where that kind of leads into it, because now every racing game has to have a story, I guess.
True. Yeah. Well, everything has to have a story now, right? Madden has a story
I know
mode
there has
now,
to
too.
have a narrative, like I think FIFA started that with their, story modes, and F1 2021 had a story mode this past year. So
It's ridiculous.
yeah. Do they need it? I don't know. Like, cool, I guess.
Yeah, it needs it.
Sure.
Can't call it
Fine,
Grid
it needs
Legends without somebody becoming a legend, right?
Yeah. Whatever. We'll see. See how it goes. I may or may not pick it up. I don't know. I mean, I played the Grid games in the past, but yeah.
Coming out March 16th, Stoy, Tunic. This is a game I think
Legend of Zelda, but you're with a fox, right? Is that this one?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are excited for this. I will.
Yeah, because they announced this 2 years ago.
They did. It's been at that Winter Demo Fest 2 years in a row, right? So, yeah, it's crazy that it's finally coming out. It looks cute, like it looks cool, but
oh yeah,
it's one of those games I feel like got announced too early, and it kind of lost its excitement.
Yeah.
Strangers of Paradise Final Fantasy Origins is coming on March 22nd as well.
Kill chaos.
Yeah, kill chaos.
I'm here to kill chaos.
Chaos. Did you see? By the way, did you see Block's recent review on Ever Oasis?
No, I have not.
You should watch it because
yeah.
he uses that chaos clip a lot, and that it's just so comedically timed. His videos are so good.
No, they are. They're really well put together.
Yeah, I wish I had the time and the patience to do that because he's very good at it.
Yeah.
Tiny Tina's Wonderlands comes out on March 24th. It's the Borderlands spin-off game. Looks neat, I guess.
Yeah, it looks neat.
Probably.
I wish I knew what kind of game this was.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Borderlands has just never really like done it for me. I don't know what it is.
For me, it hit the peak at Borderlands 2. Borderlands 2 was great. And then I really fell out of it with Borderlands 3. Like, I think too much time has passed. And once I started playing Borderlands 3, it was just I couldn't get into it.
Yeah. The GTA 5 Series X upgrade is coming in March as well.
3 generations of GTA 5.
Mm-hmm. They're shutting down the online for 360 and PS3, though.
Oh, yeah.
Rip.
I hope so.
WWE 2K22 is coming out in March as well. Silence.
Cool.
Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga is coming in Q1.
Finally.
Yeah. I'll probably check.
Another one that was announced like a couple years ago.
Yeah. Hope it's better than the last movie. I'll probably check it out. I don't know. I
haven't played a Lego game in a long time, so.
Yeah, I think the last one I played was like the first Harry Potter one. Which
for me, I think it was Lego Indiana Jones.
Oh yeah, I forgot Lego Indiana Jones too. When
yeah,
because they put the 4th movie in there. Cyberpunk is also getting its Series X upgrade in Q1, supposedly, maybe.
This is what I'm waiting for. I got through a few hours of Cyberpunk when it first came out. It was glitchy. It wasn't like game breaking glitch, but it was glitchy on my Series X. But then when they said like, oh, the upgrade is coming soon, I was like, all right, I'll just shelve it.
Yeah.
And wait for that upgrade. But here I am still waiting whole year later.
Yeah.
I really want to play this game. And I'm really hoping that comes out
Yeah,
soon.
I will probably revisit it. I ended up playing through it and finishing it. It got to a point where I was just like, I don't want to do any of the side stuff because I know when this upgrade comes out, I might revisit it at some point. But the story, I really liked the main story. You know, it was intriguing enough to keep me going through, but I don't know. I didn't think there was enough. It definitely wasn't the game that they promised it to be, right? It was.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'll revisit it. I just want to see what it looks like, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Warhammer 40K Darktide is coming to Game Pass in Q1, which is their kind of Left 4 Dead version.
Yeah. I'm pretty stoked for that. I'll give that a shot.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for is Space Marine 2 on this list?
No, it's not.
No.
It didn't have a 2022 confirmed
Okay.
release
I
date.
didn't know if it did or not. Yeah.
I hope it does because I really like Space Marine 1. Did you play the first Space Marine?
Hell yeah, dude.
Dude,
Josh and I were just talking about that today, man. Like, just so amazing.
The chainsaw swords were so cool.
Yeah, I know, no kidding, dude. During the Game Awards, when that the voice actor in the game like had that big ass chainsword like on his back, Josh and I both were like, "Where? How much?"
Yeah, dude. As soon as I saw that, I was like, "Is this Space Marine 2? Am I the only one that's going to be excited for this?"
Yeah.
Man, what a cool game that was. Because it was like it was basically just like a B version of Gears with a sword.
Yeah. But it was like Gears meets kind of modern Doom of just like glorifying kills, because the only way you could really heal yourself was like just glory kill after glory kill after glory kill. And just, I mean, it encourages you to just be as like ruthless as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cool. I really liked that game. Is it backwards compatible?
No. No, because Josh talked about this because he bought it for the 360 because he saw it on the Xbox Store, but the Xbox Store does not allow you to play it on the 360. So he bought a physical copy of it, can't play it on his Xbox One or Series. So yeah, it's kind of. I mean, I have it for the PlayStation 3, and my PS3 is still hooked up to my TV, so I may pop it in sometime soon. But
I mean, there's like 10 games that I still have my 360 plugged in for, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the Transformers games, Alpha Protocol. This.
Anytime someone ever mentions Alpha Protocol, I get so sad.
Oh man, dude. Wait, so
sad.
Side tangent. Does Microsoft own Alpha Protocol now, or does Sega still own it?
No, Sega still owns it.
Sega, come on, give it to Microsoft.
I know.
God, Alpha Protocol was so cool.
It really was. Oh no, I think it was a difference between a Sega and Obsidian.
Yeah.
Because Obsidian developed the game.
Right.
And like Sega still owned it.
Right. Well, that's what I was saying. That's why I was asking. Does Obsidian own it, or does Sega?
That's right, because then Microsoft would pretty much own it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, man, Alpha Protocol. God. God.
It's your fault.
I'm so upset now.
This is your fault. I'm upset too.
Upset. Dude, no. Okay, so the two games I really wanted backwards compatible. Well, 3 now, because Space Marine I just found out was not backwards compatible. Was Alpha Protocol and Army of Two: The 40th Day. Neither of those games are backwards compatible.
We talked about that today too. Why it's a travesty that the 40th Day is not backwards compatible.
Oh, it's so good.
Jeez.
Anyways,
I don't know. What else?
Stalker 2 is coming in April 28th to Game Pass. No NFTs.
I'm really intrigued in this game.
So are you sad that they took the NFTs out?
Hell no.
Were you looking forward to your Stalker 2 NFT?
Honestly, I don't really care because I'm not partaking in this whole NFT thing. So like I know Ubisoft has gotten into heaps of shit too for their NFTs. Like, hey, look, NFTs for Ghost Recon. It's like, cool.
Yeah, the one game nobody plays.
Yeah, no kidding.
But yeah.
What was that more recent Ghost Recon game that they announced?
Frontlines or something.
Frontlines, yeah. And it's like, hey, look, the game. Look, we're making a new Ghost Recon game. We didn't want that, but we thought you did. No, we didn't.
Yeah.
We never said that.
Yeah. What was it like? Wasn't it a battle royale type game?
Yeah, it was almost like a battle royale persistent multiplayer game or something like that, and it was like
Gross.
There's no story. It's just all
God.
multiplayer. That's it.
The last great Ghost Recon game was what was it? Future Soldier,
Future Soldier. Yeah,
the 360 one.
that was the last great one.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
So the next one is interesting, and I did not know it was coming so soon.
I know this is actually shocking.
Redfall is listed for Q2 for Game Pass.
I am hopeful, but I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
I guess.
I'm really excited for Redfall.
Yes.
This being listed for Q2 made me like rethink how I wanted to play games in the first half of next year.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for that one. Also in Q2, The Witcher 3 is getting a native upgrade for Series X. So cool.
Cool.
I played it on Switch, so
I mean, I played it on PC and my Xbox. So I remember I had it for the PlayStation. I bought it for the Xbox because it was the first to get the HDR 4K upgrade.
yeah. I might go back and play it. I own it on Xbox. I own the complete edition. I've always wanted to play it like on my TV, and I just thought like the Switch was going to be the place to play it because it's so big and I would be able to play it without taking up the TV, you know, and
Right.
I don't know, maybe I'll check it out. I don't know if I'll ever beat it, but I'll check it out.
I mean, there's a lot to do in this game.
Yeah.
There's a lot to do.
Yeah. Saints Row. The Saints Row reboot is coming in August of 2022.
This was supposed to come out in February, I think.
Yeah. I think
And then they delayed it just to kind of give it some extra polish.
Mm-hmm. I think the move was also good for it because February was so packed this game was going to get lost.
Yeah, it really was. So I think it's smart in that, push it back a whole 6 months, and that means the game will just come out even more, probably more perfect than.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm
maybe
excited.
not perfect, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I am too. I'm actually, I love the Saints Row franchise. It took me a while to kind of really understand where they were going with it, and the more recent gameplay trailer that they had, I think was it at the Game Awards?
I think so. Yeah.
Whatever was the most recent gameplay trailer that they had, it really showcased what Saints Row is.
Yeah.
And that's where I was like, yeah, this is Saints Row. This is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown is coming in September 22nd.
cool.
Scorn is coming to Game Pass in October at some point.
The whole year after it said was supposed to be released.
Yeah, this game looks weird, man.
It's some HR Giger bullshit.
Yeah.
It looks really good. Like I have no idea what this game is. Like what kind of gameplay features it has or what the story is, but I just from an art standpoint alone, like I'm really intrigued.
It looks slimy
And bony.
Yeah. Starfield, the big Xbox exclusive, I would say for this year. 11/11/22, a homage to that Skyrim release date.
Yeah. I have a feeling that this is going to be probably I don't know. I just got a feeling that this is going to be probably one of the more higher rated games of 2022.
Yeah, I would really like to play either Fallout or Skyrim before this comes out, just to get a feel for Bethesda games. Because I've tried both so many times, and I've just never gotten into them.
It's the same with Skyrim. I've tried a couple times, and just same thing. I've never really gotten into them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll play Fallout. I play Fallout, numerous times, but
I feel like you're either an Elder Scrolls person or a Fallout person, and
yeah.
I mean, I know the Venn diagrams there where people play both and love both, but I feel like if you're gonna lean towards one, you're definitely leaning towards, one or the other.
Oh yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that. I mean, I guess in that sense, I guess I'd be more into Fallout.
Yeah. I feel like that would be the way that I would lean too.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll try Fallout 3 and New Vegas are the ones that people like, right? So
yeah,
maybe I'll start
New
there.
New Vegas is kind of like the underground hit, the better one with the better story and the better
Yeah.
better characters in it.
Yep.
So
Obsidian again, by the way.
yeah, Obsidian did it. Yeah, nailed it. Well, Fallout was theirs to begin with, I think.
Yeah. Well, it was like
they created the original.
what was it? It was like Black Isle split into In Exile and Obsidian, right?
Mm-hmm.
When that studio closed, and
now they're back together.
right, and then the IP was purchased by Microsoft or by Bethesda to do Fallout 3, but and then In Exile went on to make Wasteland.
Yep.
So, which was essentially old school Fallout. Man, the web that has been created.
Yep.
Sonic Frontiers, speaking of open world games that people are excited about,
Yeah.
it's coming in Q4. I don't know.
This game is either going to be amazing or it's going to be a train wreck.
It's going to be a train wreck, dude. It's a 3D Sonic game.
I have a feeling it's going to be a train wreck. I am not hopeful for it. I mean, I'm just not.
Yeah, it definitely seems weird. Also, it seems weird that the games would not use the movie Sonic in the games, right? To try to have some sort of weird cohesive vision of the franchise.
Yeah. I don't know if he really needs it though. I don't know.
I know, but I really like the design of the movie Sonic.
Yeah, true. We were waiting. I was hoping that when the Sonic movie would come out in DVD or Blu-ray, whatever, that they would release the original Sonic cut with the old Sonic.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, I wanted that so bad.
Oh man, I'm so glad they redesigned him, but then they shut the studio down that redesigned him. So
yeah.
Oh man, good times. Sonic the movie, not terrible.
No.
Good fun.
Good. Surprisingly good.
Yeah. Second one looks wacky, dude. Second one just looks weird.
Mm-hmm.
I'm for it though. Jim Carrey is a great robot.
Oh yeah.
Man, and Idris Elba is Knuckles.
Mm-hmm.
Man. All right, the next game I'm really excited for, Sea of Stars, which is the kind of pixel art RPG from the creators of The Messenger. It looks a lot like Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. I was like, I think I heard of this game just recently. Yeah, I'm really excited for this one.
Yeah, it looks really cool. It was another game that was announced like 2 years ago, but then they shut up about it and never showed it until I think they showed it at like the Indie World thing that Nintendo put on. Game looks awesome. I cannot wait for that game. The Messenger was good though.
No, I love The Messenger actually. It was actually it was funnier than I thought it'd be. Like I thought it was just going to be kind of like a serious tone, but there were a lot of bits that were like really hilarious.
Yeah, even the shopkeeper guy.
Yep,
and
funny. That whole twist.
Yeah,
so good.
Plague Tale Requiem is coming to Game Pass in 2022 at some point.
Yeah, this game, Plague Tale, is it Plague Tale Innocence?
Yeah,
that was such a sleeper hit for me.
Yeah, I think it was a sleeper hit for everybody.
Yeah, because it came out and it was like, hey, this looks interesting. But then like the game was out and it was like, it was great. Like, I was so shocked at how much I enjoyed that game.
Yeah, that's a game that I want to play through this year because it got the Series X upgrade towards the end of last year, and a lot of people love it. I think I'm going to try to play it because like the way I have my 2022 mapped out here, Stoy. I don't have a PlayStation 5, so I won't be playing Horizon.
That's okay.
But in between my Destiny time and my free time, I'm going to try to play as many games that I haven't played until I think late March. So backlog time. That's on it. Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora is coming in 2022 from Ubisoft. The more specifically massive games, the people behind The Division, which they're also making a Star Wars game. Man, Avatar, man. These Blue Cat people just won't go away.
No, yeah. I mean, they're still working on the movie, right? Still working on the sequel?
The sequels they've filmed 4 sequels already.
What?
Yeah, it's they're coming out in 2022, 2024, 2026, and 2028.
Wow.
Yeah. They filmed them all back to back, I guess.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Okay.
They just won't go away, man.
Yeah,
But,
it's not going to. Yeah.
But this game, I don't know. I don't really care for Avatar the movie, but
I don't either.
the ride at Disney World was really cool. And
Okay.
I don't know if they did this game right, like an open world kind of game, sort of like The Division, but with like flying and cool. I don't know. It might be neat, but not hold my breath.
Yeah.
Speaking of holding your breath, Dead Space Remake is also supposedly coming out in 2022.
I don't think it is.
I don't either. It has
think
it has a 2022 release date on it.
I really think it's going to be 2023. Probably Q1 2023.
Yeah, I would say like January or February, where Resident Evil usually sits.
Mm-hmm.
I think they want to get out before the next Resident Evil game, which is supposedly 4, which is supposedly next year.
Yeah, right.
So
I mean, we need to have a Resident Evil of some kind come out this year.
yeah.
So I'm still kind of waiting to see, because like lately there's been a Resident Evil game to have come out every year. I think in the last like 5 or 6 years.
Well,
So,
there was that. Wasn't there like a Revelations 3 that turned into a different project at some point?
what did it turn into?
Did it turn into 8? Was that it?
I thought it turned into. Man, I don't remember.
Yeah. I
I know they were working on Revelations in that whole scope, and then they changed it. Maybe it was Village. Maybe it was.
maybe.
I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, you had like, Resident Evil 2 remake, Resident Evil 3 remake, or I mean it was 7 first, and then it was 2, 3, then it was yeah, it was Village.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Where's that Code Veronica remake?
man,
That should be the one that needs remade.
it really, honestly, it should be. It really should be. The Resident Evil 4 in VR is amazing. Like it's so fun to play.
That's what I hear.
So fun to play.
That's what I hear. But yeah, Dead Space remake. I'm sure there's a lot of people excited for that. I don't do spooky games.
Dude, I'm stoked for this.
Yeah.
It didn't need a remake, but I'm all for it.
Yeah, they probably could have just done the Mass Effect Legendary Edition type remaster to this game, and people would have gone ape shit over it.
Dude, I would have. Yeah, I would have taken that. I would have totally taken that and been perfectly content with it. Like,
Yeah.
I'll take a remake because I'm really excited to see what Motive does with this game.
Mm-hmm.
Plus,
Plus, they're adding all that stuff that was cut from the original game, supposedly, right?
Yep.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
The next game on the list is Gotham Knights.
Yes.
2022. I'm excited for that.
Nightwing, Batwoman, Red Hood,
Yeah,
Robin,
I will probably
Hell
play as Batgirl a lot, I'm sure.
Red Hood for me.
Yeah, Red Hood's cool. I'll try them all out.
Actually,
but
Nightwing mostly. I'm wearing the Nightwing shirt, so I'll probably be playing mostly as him. But I have a soft spot for Jason Todd.
yeah, understandable. Hogwarts Legacy is also scheduled for 2022. I'm excited for that. We just
That ain't
watched.
coming out in 2022. I really don't think it is.
Yeah, I think Warner Brothers has too much coming out this year.
Yeah, I think they got it. That would be the first one to be delayed. That one they have to nail. Like they
Yeah.
really have to nail.
Mm-hmm.
So
We just watched the Harry Potter reunion special, my wife and I.
yeah,
on
my
HBO
wife
Max.
watched it. Yeah,
It was like I really want to like go back and read the books or watch the movies again at some point. I don't know. I like that universe, and sometimes I've been away from it for so long that it was kind of nice to revisit it in this way, and I kind of want to revisit it. So this game is kind of exciting if they nail it.
yeah.
They better nail this next one too. Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake that was also announced like 2 years ago.
Well, they significantly delayed it because when it came out, it was like graphically, like it didn't look great.
No, it looked like
what?
crap.
Yeah, it really did. Like, oh, I hope they really fixed this beforehand. And I think I'm glad that they delayed it for a significant amount of time.
Yeah.
Like, just make it right, please.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, please make it right. Because
Please make it right.
those games were so cool when they came out.
yeah, I know. And a lot of people have a soft spot for the Prince of Persia series.
Yeah.
You know, I do especially. Like, I would love for Sands of Time. I mean, it's the same thing with the Dead Space thing. I would have loved maybe like just a a fresh coat of paint on it, slap it on the new systems, and call it a day.
Yeah.
But the fact that we're getting a remake, it's like, all right, cool. You know, and they're bringing back a lot of the old, voice actors that played the roles of, like Yuri Lowenthal is back as the prince, so that's cool.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I just hope like these remakes, because like that Splinter Cell remake was announced too, and I just hope that Ubisoft takes the time to remake these games properly, because if you like, especially something as precious as Prince of Persia or Splinter Cell, that like maybe they're not going to sell the way that Assassin's Creed sells, but that means your game has to be even better than those games. Because
that's what's going to sell the game.
Yeah, because your audience is depending on that remake to have a new release in the series, and if it's not good, they're not going to buy it. So, speaking of games that do look good, though, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, supposedly coming this year as well to Game Pass. Yeah. That game, when they showed it at the Game Awards again, dude, I was like shocked at that game.
Mm-hmm. It looks good, man.
Yeah, dude. They got like, what really impressed me the most about this game during the Game Awards was like the running animations.
Yeah,
her running animation looked like a woman running away. Like, that's what it looked like. Because like a lot of times you get these generic running animations, right, that look very video gamey and very slow. But dude, there was like her hands were like in running position. Her elbows were in, like, you could tell like they really motion captured that run animation. It was like, that was really impressive.
Yeah, because like you said, they kind of use generic running animation, and it looks uncharacteristic to the motion capture actress, but or actor, and the fact that they probably actually physically recorded her, maybe on a treadmill or something like that, whatever, running and sprinting, like, it makes it more believable. Like, and that's that's extra development time, but that's you want it to look good.
Yeah, well, they have that new motion capture studio that's like really large. It's like a large, long space for them. So that's, I mean, it was really, I hope this game is just, I don't know. I feel like this game could be huge for them, especially with like the success of God of War for PlayStation. Like, this kind of gave me that vibe, like a God of War style game at this point.
Yeah.
As much as I wanted it to be like a Horizon style game, I think it's going to be more along the lines of God of War. It's definitely going to be bigger than the first game, I feel like, right?
Oh, yeah. Probably like 10 times bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also coming to Game Pass, Sniper Elite 5.
I think I stopped playing Sniper Elite games after 3. I think that was the last time I played one.
Yeah. I think 4 is on Game Pass right now.
Yeah.
But I don't really have any interest in these games, to be honest. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is also coming out this year.
I'm in on this one. Like, it looks so good. That gameplay trailer reveal. Oh man, it looks so good. So much fun, and co-op too. Like, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. Anything from Rocksteady, I'll definitely check out. Especially because like the Batman games are so good.
Yeah, no kidding. I really think I think they were heavily rumored Rocksteady was supposed to be making the Superman game.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen maybe some gameplay snippets of what their idea was.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
well, it's funny because they were rumored to be working on a Superman game, and the Gotham Knights team was rumored to be working on a Suicide Squad game at one point, and it got canceled. They it seems like they kind of almost switched roles almost. Lord of the Rings Gollum is also coming in 2022, which is okay. I don't really understand what that game is, but
yeah.
Marvel's Midnight Suns is also coming out this year, which I was
closest I'm gonna get to playing Blade.
Yeah, which I was excited for until they said that their tactical combat is based on a deck building system, and I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm out.
That sucks.
I wonder if a lot of people gave them feedback on that and they're changing it.
I would hope so, because I really don't think you're gonna find a very, very, very small niche market of people. for such a big game and such a big hype surrounding it.
Right.
Yeah.
Ugh. Gross.
Yeah.
Deck building, man. It's like the word roguelike to me.
Yeah, it really is. For
Ugh.
procedurally generated.
Ugh.
I'm not a fan of that either.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Also coming in 2022, Stoy, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
Can I admit that this is probably my most anticipated game of 2022?
Can I admit that it's up there for me too?
I know, it's just the weirdest, like, old school side-scrolling action combat game.
God,
man,
it looks
God.
good, dude. It looks
so good. Like, so smooth. I mean, it's made by Dot Mayu, they pretty much nailed Streets of Rage and all those other kind of like old school side. They have that style of game on lock.
Yeah.
Oh, and they would have to really screw it up to make that game come out like trash.
I know.
Like, just, dude, you can play as April, man. Come on.
I know. I wonder how many other characters you can play as. Splinter and Casey Jones, where are they at?
Dude, I know. If Casey Jones isn't in this, I mean, come on.
Dude, that's if you can play as April and not Casey Jones, what are you doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. No kidding. Clearly don't know your audience.
Yeah.
I mean, regardless, I'm still. I know I'm gonna still love the hell out of this game.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah. Star Ocean: The Divine Force is coming in 2022. Looks just like Tales of Arise. You couldn't tell me if you showed me two screenshots.
Well, Star Ocean was like Tales of Arise, but in space.
Yeah.
Like, it was very sci-fi-ish, you know, landing on alien planets, in spaceships and stuff. And so, because I played the old PSP games, and PS3. They had one come out for the PS4 and Xbox era, but I played a little bit of that. Yeah, I played a little bit of it, but
yeah, I played till the End of Time, which was the PlayStation 2 game, and I really liked it and never played any other Star Ocean game.
Yeah, but
it was also at a time where I really loved JRPGs, and that was like exclusively what I played on PlayStation 2.
Yeah, that was a JRPG factory.
Yeah,
there.
Yeah, PS1 and PS2 were just JRPG machines.
Yep.
Windjammers 2 is also coming in 2022.
Cool.
Neat. Ayuden Chronicle Rising is coming to Game Pass in 2022, which is that kind of spiritual successor to Suikoden.
Yeah, Suikoden or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody says it different. It's fine.
Yeah, I know. It's like Suikoden. I've heard that too, but it's like Suikoden.
Yeah.
Sounds more like what it's supposed to be. I don't know.
Yeah. And then I know that this is kind of like a prequel to the real game that's coming in 2023.
Yeah, because this one's like the kind of like side-scrolling beat 'em up or something.
Yeah, but it's also like a side-scrolling RPG, I think.
Yeah. But the actual Ayuden Chronicle game that's supposed to be the real true RPG, that one's not coming out till like next year.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah. Cuphead Delicious Last Course is coming in 2022.
Man, where was this game? Like, it was like, dude, they announced it at the Game Awards. I was like, man, I forgot about Cuphead.
Cuphead came out in 2017, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I get that this entire game is hand drawn and everything, but 5 years, Jesus Christ!
5 years to make a DLC,
right?
To make a DLC,
Jesus Christ!
Come on.
And like, I was reading into it, and like, you can play this new character through the entire base game as well.
Yeah.
And like, I know you have, and there's new moves and new kind of upgrades and stuff for this character and stuff, and you have to redraw that to animate for the other islands and other bosses and stuff. But Jesus Christ, dude,
not 5 years worth. Like, it really.
God,
I imagine there were some other things they were probably working on, at the time, but
yeah. I mean, I know they're only like a 5-man team or whatever, but jeez.
Right. Yeah.
Avowed is supposedly coming this year, which I doubt it. Right?
I would love if it did.
I mean,
love it if it did.
So what was the last game that came out from them? Outer Worlds?
Outer Worlds, yeah. Unless you count Grounded.
Well, yeah, but Grounded's only a 12-man team.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Probably their biggest game was Outer Worlds, which was like, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah. 2019, so almost 3 years ago at this point.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Man. I guess Avowed, because they have 3 teams, right? They have the
Grounded,
yeah,
Avowed, and then Outer Worlds 2.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how long they've been working on about it. I mean, we first heard rumblings of it like, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah. Well, they announced
So-
it 2 years ago, I think,
Yeah. So,
or like a year ago, I guess.
I mean, it wouldn't be shocking that it would come out this year.
Yeah, I guess now that you think about it, it wouldn't be. Plus, it would fill that Elder Scrolls itch, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Forza Motorsport is also maybe coming out this year.
I hope so.
I mean, that seems like a safe bet, right? This fall.
Yeah. I think so, yeah. I mean, I really need a racing sim in my life.
Yeah. Well, Forza Motorsport is going to be the next 10 years of Forza.
Yeah. That's
mean-
fine.
I mean, these games, this and probably the next Horizon are going to be probably your game as a service racing game. Finally, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
They'll just
Not
add-
finally. I don't want it to be I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. I mean, honestly, how many new racetracks do we get every year? How many new different cars do we get every year? Like, it's like sports titles.
Yeah.
The game itself doesn't change drastically that you need to make a new game. I suppose if you want to update, like, here we got the 2024 Porsche Carrera, or we got the 2025 Lamborghini, whatever new shit that they come out with. Like,
Yeah.
okay, that I guess I'd be fine with that.
I feel
you
like
know.
it makes more sense for Motorsport than for Horizon.
I agree with that, because Horizon, you can actually go into different locations.
Yeah. And I feel like that would be way too big to add as just like a service-based game,
Yeah.
right? Like, that's what I feel. I'm not sure. That's what I feel.
I feel you on that.
So, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. And then last but not least, Grounded 1.0 release supposedly coming this summer, which would be nice because I know that game is kind of like a passion project for them. It'd be nice to see like a full release for that game.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so that's the whole list. We have a couple questions if we want to read through them real quick.
Yeah. I think we can answer these quickly.
Yeah. Logan Corkins asks via Twitter, he says, will we see Halo Story DLC?
Yes.
You think we'll see Story DLC this quick?
Not this quick. I wouldn't be surprised if it was at least over a year.
Yeah.
Two.
So for me, I'm kind of on the fence about, like, I think so. The main campaign released in 2021. I feel like you're going to get story campaigns every 2 years.
Yeah.
So like 2023, 2025, 2027, and 2029, I guess, because that would be your 10 years almost.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I guess 2031. Jesus Christ, that sounds so far away.
Yeah.
And then like in the in-between years, you're going to get that kind of multiplayer, like co-op multiplayer DLC kind of thing that I think that they kind of want to do similar to what Halo 4 had, that Spartan Ops mode, right?
Yeah.
I think that that's going to be something they add. Plus, you're going to have like the battle passes and probably some sort of event thing for their multiplayer suite. So we'll definitely see Halo Story DLC for sure. But
I wish it wasn't that way. I wish they could actually just focus on making full-fledged games.
Yeah.
Maybe have a team to just curate the Halo Infinite multiplayer.
Yeah.
And then just have a big team dedicated to just churning out those like main campaigns.
Yeah.
Every 3-4 years or something like that. That'd be nice.
Yeah. I'm surprised that Microsoft hasn't purchased Certain Affinity, which they did the multiplayer for Halo 2 through 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then they went on to do, I think they did Doom's multiplayer mode, Doom 2016's multiplayer mode. And then I know the head of that studio left, I think. But
Okay.
they've been doing Halo multiplayer forever, and I'm just surprised that they haven't brought them in to kind of curate stuff. Although I know they're doing Master Chief Collection multiplayer stuff. They've been kind of helping with 343 leading. But yeah.
Well, I imagine they kind of want to be independent, and I don't blame them for that.
Yeah, no, for sure. But
Yeah.
to answer the question, yes, we will see Halo Story DLC this year. I think it's too early.
Yeah, I wouldn't see it till like maybe fall of 2023 at the earliest.
Yeah,
At least my opinion. I don't know.
yeah. Well, I think they want to get that co-op campaign in there. They want to get
Mhm.
Forge in there. They want to get a couple more playlists in there for multiplayer. So I think
Yeah.
they want to focus on, like, quote unquote finishing the game.
Mm-hmm.
So next question, Stephanie Klimov from Twitter and from our various podcasts and BossRush.net asks, do you think we will hear anything about a possible handheld in 2022?
No.
Interesting question, though, because there were rumors towards the end of last year that Microsoft was looking into creating a device specifically catered to their cloud experience, which I think would be a bad idea.
I would see them doing something like a tablet, I suppose. You know,
Well, that would just be the Surface, though, right? You think they would do like an Xbox branded Surface?
I guess that would be the only thing, because if it's cloud based, they don't need any processing hardware in it. They don't need to make like a Switch. They don't need to make like a Steam Deck or anything like that. If it's cloud based, all it needs is like a pretty damn good Wi-Fi connection. So all you would need to make is like a tablet with like maybe some controller attachments to the side of it. So yeah, like maybe a glorified Surface tablet.
Man, I guess that would be cool, but like, I don't know. I just feel like everybody has a phone in their pocket now, and like that backbone controller seems to be really, it works for a lot of people. And at that point, why would you even put the effort into that if you weren't going to at least make some sort of local?
Well, that's why I said no in the first place. Like I just think it would be kind of worthless. The closest thing I could think of if they wanted to get into the handheld market is to make a specific Microsoft branded tablet.
Yeah.
You know, maybe cheaper than the Surface, something that's just like a glorified iPad or something like that.
Yeah, like a $200 kind of thing that maybe you can.
Like about the size of an iPad Mini or something.
Yeah. Man, iPad Minis got small.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had an iPad Mini at one point, and it was like twice the size as the iPad Minis are now.
Wow.
They're so small. But
well, I mean, how big do you really need it, I guess?
Yeah, that's fair. All right, our last question comes from Sam Hall via YouTube. He asks, Xbox had a hell of a 2021. Is this the year they blow us away with new IP and a great return to form with current IP?
Yes. They're going to blow us away with new IP.
Yeah, I feel like Redfall is going to be kind of like, hey, we have other games besides Halo and Forza, right, and Gears. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's going to be like the first thing, right? And then this is going to be the first time they have Hellblade under their banner too, right? So that's essentially a new IP for them.
Yep.
Avowed.
And then Starfield and Avowed, if Avowed comes out this year.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, this is a great year for Xbox and new IP for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely see Starfield's the one, right? Like I feel like people know what to expect from Starfield, but they also don't, because it's the first time they've made a game this big, it feels like.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like this is kind of like the first AAA attempt at something like No Man's Sky, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, the more we talk about Starfield, the more intrigued I am by it. Because like I'm not like a huge Bethesda Game Studios person, but I always like the idea of the games, you know.
See, that's the thing. I'm hopeful because Bethesda hasn't changed their engine or changed their formula for their games for decades.
Right, but this is a new engine.
And that's why I'm excited for it, because this is a new engine and it's a new frontier, which makes sense in how they describe what Starfield is like, because this is a new frontier for them, both in storytelling and in engine, you know.
Yeah.
Like the fact that there's no difference in gameplay from Fallout 3 versus Fallout 4 is like, I mean, there were multiple different Fallouts in between there, but like the fact that it's like it practically plays the same. It's like, come on, you guys got to start to innovate.
Yeah. And like I remember when they made it a big deal that they hired like Bungie's weapon designer for Fallout 4, and everyone was like, oh man, we're going to be able to shoot guns now, and then it was just like exactly the same.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, I think Xbox is going to have a pretty big year this year. Especially because like
they literally have to.
Yeah, especially because like we're going to get quote unquote next gen only versions of games this year, right? Like Starfield is not coming to Xbox One. I don't think Redfall is coming to Xbox One. And you know, all of PlayStation's major exclusives are coming to PlayStation 4, which don't get me wrong, good move for them, but like we're going to get next-gen games for the first time this year, right? Even Halo Infinite, as beautiful as that game is, and Forza Horizon, still on Xbox One.
Oh yeah.
So,
And imagine what Halo Infinite could have been if
I
they
know.
really dedicated all their efforts to the next gen.
I know.
You know. So that's what makes me upset, because it's like we're gonna be stuck with this version of Halo for the next 10 years if that's what all reports are saying.
They could
like,
definitely pull. Well, the thing that saves them with that though is like the cloud stuff, right? They say like because you can do the cloud gaming stuff on Xbox One now, and like so you can play like Flight Simulator and presumably Starfield on your Xbox One via the cloud, but
right.
Also like they could pull what Destiny did for when they moved Destiny from Xbox 360 to Xbox One, right? Where they stopped supporting the Xbox One version after the second expansion. Or what did I say? Xbox 360.
The 360.
They stopped supporting the Xbox 360 version after the second expansion. So, and they could make that cut for Halo. It'd be I think that would be like a bad move for them, but like PR wise, but they could technically do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when they did that and people were pissed when Bungie did that for Destiny. But after like, you know, that initial hit of PR, everybody was just okay with it.
Yeah. I mean, it's you have to move forward. Like that's it's just is what it is. Like, sorry, it sucks, but you know, these are probably the same people that don't look at the numbers of people that play probably those games. I would imagine it's a skeleton crew of people playing. So why pay money to keep these servers up for only a very, very small group of people?
Right. Yeah.
It is what it is, and get over it. The people that complain are probably the ones that don't even play.
Right.
Like, I can't believe you're shutting down the servers. Like, you don't even play. Why do you have a stake in this?
Right. Yeah. Man, people. Am I right?
Whatever. Just a bitch.
Yeah. Speaking of bitching, this was a bitching episode.
Yeah, it was a good episode, man.
Yeah. No Jesse, but it's okay.
Yeah, I feel like my voice is going already, so I think we're stopping at a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt mine start going when we started listening off these games.
That's true, yeah. But no, it was good. It's you know, kind of like following up to Sam Hall's comment about like this is the year that they blow us away. Like I really think Xbox is gonna. I mean, this is gonna be a make or break year for them. Like they have to show us what they got.
Yeah,
they really do.
I mean, I think they're in a good position. They nailed Halo, right? They nailed Forza. Psychonauts was good. We're also like forgetting that Deathloop is also coming to Game Pass this year.
Yep. And there's probably a bunch of other stuff that probably haven't really been fully announced that,
right?
You know, we're going to be getting. So
right. I mean, we talked about it maybe 3 or 4 months ago that Xbox has like 30 games announced almost at this point, and it's like, man, they have their next like 3 years planned out. You know.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm so glad that I own an Xbox right now. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I mean, the last time I was this excited was when Gears 5 came out, and I was like, "Yeah, we got one, we got one."
Finally, a good exclusive on Xbox One. Yeah, because Xbox One, man, there wasn't a lot going for it.
Yeah. I think we got Crackdown and Gears 5 that year, and like,
yeah.
Man, I remember all the outlets who were doing Game of the Year stuff for Xbox. They're like, Xbox Game of the Year, Gears 5. And, like, usually you have, like, 2 or 3 runners-up. And that whole article on IGN was just Gears 5. They didn't even acknowledge that Crackdown came out.
Crackdown was kind of like an inside joke at that point. It's like, oh, finally, Crackdown came out. It came out subpar.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I had fun with Crackdown. It wasn't like a terrible game or anything, but
no, but it was like you figured you're waiting for it for so long, you think it would have been much better,
right?
You know, oh whatever.
Man, good times.
Good times.
Well, we're gonna wrap the show. I want to thank everybody for watching and/or listening. If you are new to the show, please give us a 5-star rating and review on Spotify or iTunes, wherever you listen. You can find us every Tuesday on podcast services everywhere or on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. YouTube.com/Boss Rush Network. Stoy, where can we find you?
Besides following me on the EXP cast, we're also a video game podcast in the Boss Rush Network. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram there. Or you can follow me on Twitter, my personal Twitter, at Stoy, MKE8.
Nice. You can find me at I am Corey HD on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me hosting the Boss Rush podcast. Find me hosting Standard Definition. You can also join our Discord or Facebook group if you want to interact with our awesome communities. So you can do that.
The link is in the description. I think I changed that with our like I would always tell people like, oh, join the Discord, but I would not tell them where the link to the Discord would be.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know we just changed our intro to reflect that.
Yeah. Yeah. All of our social media is in the show notes, so you can find us everywhere down below, as they say.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, share, rate, and review wherever you listen to this podcast.
Don't forget to click that notification bell every time.
Slam that bell. Well, thank you everybody so much for watching and or listening. And until next week, we love you. Goodbye.
Bye.